itse gore seemo se se leng teng sa kgwebo nako e sa bo se ntse jang mme tsone melawana ke melawana e tsamaentshiwa e ka ntshiwa ke intshiwa ke puso.
Gona mme a seemo ke se se babalesegileng kwa mahelong a go tshegediwang babelaelwa le kwa dikgolegelong go a le tiriso ya tami.
Pabalesego ya bone e simolola pele ka rona re le mapodisi e simolola ka gore rona re bo re rufane gore rona so sa ntlha re babalesegile re babalesega ka didirisiwa tse re di tshotseng ka kitso e rileng e leng gore re setse re yamule mabapi le dikgang tsa COVID-19.
Lentswa go itse go tshwara ope ka mogare wa corona mo lehatsheng leno puso e boloditse letsholo go lwantsha se se apesitseng lehatshe kobo ka letshoba ke badiretse motlhosi Botswana Television Gaborone.
Fa jaanong re tloelela kwa Aforika Borwa tona wa lephata la botsogo kwa Aforika Borwa Zweli Mkhize a re palo ya batho ba tsenweng ke mogare wa corona ko e oketsegile gape gompieno bolwetse ba 122 se se tlisa palo ya batho botlhe ba ba tsenweng ke mogare wa corona ko go nna 504. Palo e thomamisitsweng e setse e godile go menagane fa e sa le go tshwara molwetse wa ntlha kgwedi e tlhola malatsi a le 5 se se tla jaana jaaka lefatshe leo le ipaakanyetsa go emisa go tswa mo malapeng gotlhelele ga batho ba lone mo go tla tsaya malatsi a le 21 go simolola ka Labone bosigo se se diretswe go fokotsa go anama ga bolwetse jo. Tsamaiso ya go emisa ditirelo ka bontsi e tla ama megama e le mmalwa kwa ntle ga ya ditirelo tse di tlhokegang di akaretsa makalana a itshireletso le pabalesego, dijo, ditlhaeletsanyo le kgotetso. Batho ba Aforika Borwa ba kopile go nna fela mo malapeng a bone go itsa go anama ga mogare o wa COVID-19. Jaanong tsa metshameko motabogi wa lefatshe leno wa lebelo la 400 meters o nkabetse Nkobolo yo a amegileng mo kotsing ya tsela ka bokhutlo jwa beke wa sedilega kwa kokelong a sena go dirwa loaro. Nkobolo o dirilwe loaro ka mosupologo mme mothusa moeteledipele wa lekgotla la mabelo monogae la BAA wa bona thetso a re loaro leo le tsamaile sentle ebile seemo sa motabogi yo mo nakong eno se botoka fela thata. A re o solofela fa Nkobolo a tla gololwa kwa kokelong mo malatsi a le 2. Nkobolo go betse mo kotsing ya koloi a na le motabogi ka ene ba boloki thebe fa koloi e ba neng ba tsamaya ka yone e sena go tswa mo taolong e ba ipitukologa. Motabogi yo ngwaga tse 26 o setse a kile a taboga kwa dikgaisanong tsa di-Olimpiki, Commonwealth, All Africa Games le tsa IWF World Relays.
Nkobolo na bona ene kgobalo e le gore ne ya mo patletsa gore a iphitlhela a le ko ba bangwe ko sepatela mme ba ne re golagana le batsadi ba gagwe mme ba re bolelela gore nya o na a tsena mo operationeng o e le gore I would say gongwe the sensation ya gagwe e boetse ba so le ba system ne ile e kete ke yone e gongwe e babaletse mme he's stable le mabana a gona go bua May he will get soon. Just a day after the accident, the incident, on Sunday, the sports psychologist ba le gore ke ba mantutsu di ba tlhaloganyo go sila maikutlo ba le bana ba tla kopana le the whole team le rona as administrators le rona kana one or the other ra affectegile mme ne ba tla ba sila maikutlo mme re go tsweletsa gore on one basis ba kopana le rona ka bongwe ka gore ba ne ntse ba re ba mo se mo sa goreng ra mogele gore go diragetse mme what is the way
go dingwe morulaganyo ya mabelo tota wa mabole a duelelwang kwa wa company ya Matchroom Boxing Eddie Hearn a re go jwalela ga bolwetse jwa corona mo mafatsheng mo gape go pateleditse metshameko go tsosolosiwa go a go tlama batshameki ba motshameko go tlogelela ruri.
Morago ga go lemoga fa mogare wa COVID-19 kana corona o sa kokobele e rile ka mosupologo lekgotla le lo ka metse motshameko wa mabole a duelelwang kwa Britain la tsa tshwetso ya go tswelela le emisa mananeo a lone a ngwaga go fitlhela kgwedi ya motsheganong. Hearn le jaaka ditlamorago tsa bolwetse jwa corona di tsweletse ka go ama metshameko ka go farologana go akaretsa wa mabole a o gakolotse boramabolo go batla methale e mengwe ya itshetso go akaretsa go batla ditiro ntleng ga go ikaega ka motshameko wa mabole a duelelwang. Ditlamorago tsa mogare o di pateleditse gane gore a tlosolosa ntwa ya ga Josh Kelly wa bokete jwa welterweight le Lewis Ritson wa lightweight. E re ka jaana mo nakong eno go sena dikgaisano dipe, dikhamphane ga di kgone go dira madi mme ebile batshameki ga ba kgone go bona letseno se se tlama gore ba tlogele motshameko o. Company ya Matchroom Boxing e tshegetsa dikgaisano tsa maemo a kwa godimo di akaretsa dintwa tsa bomampodi jaaka Anthony Joshua. Joshua o ne a tshwanetse go sireletsa lebanta kgatlhanong le Kubrat Pulev ka kgwedi ya Seetebosigo kwa Tottenham. Fela motshameko o ka nna wa tlosolosiwa go fitlhela Phukwi ka metshameko ya kgwele ya dinao ya Premier League e ka nna ya tshamekiwa ko fa seemo sa mogare se ka tokafala. Tumelo Tafila, BTV Sport.
Diwela jalo meterepe re kgaogana ke ba tšo gakolole tse nne di tlhomile kwa stweng go emisitswe mesepele ya go tswela kwa ntle ga lefatshe leno le ya go tsena mono batho ba ba tswang kwa mafatsheng a babaletsweng thata ke mogare wa corona. Babalwetsi ba COVID-19 oketsegile kwa Aforika Borwa go nna 554. Bukwa lefatshe leno yo gobetse mo kotsing ya tsela o nkabetse nkobolo o a tshedilega a sena go dirwa loaro. Wetso a re boere kopane gape phirimaneng ya gompieno.
To Star Kids, a lifestyle program that unearths different talents of kids from different parts of the country. Please join us on this 13-episode series where we unpack these different talents.
Re tla be re rekolola dithamalakane thutapuo re botsisana dipotso jalo ka ditso le bojanala jwa rona re be re konentela thulaganyo ya rona ko seraleng.
Monna yo motelle ra hipo.
Potso ya rona e ntse yana ya re tinangwe potso wa eng.
Lebelela thulaganyo ya Sagarona mo Now TV. Sagarona, metshameko ka kgaisano ya Setswana, teme ya rona.
Have you ever wondered why people are super crazy about cars, expensive cars, vintage cars, classic cars?
I've owned more than 30 Subarus.
You're crazy about cars.
A car is an extension of one's personality.
If you drive a classic car, you can have respect, so I need to be respected for it.
You will be born with it.
Then we try put them back to factory original, and then we export them out of to South Africa mainly. Some even go back to Australia.
It's crazy, isn't it? Well, to me, both these cars are absolutely amazing and fantastic. You have to love the car culture we've got coming up in BW. Can I please get an amen?
This is a dance competition in which we have 4 categories: crump, hip-hop, b-boy, and popping and animation.
Felt just a bit more foundation on Lesville's side. I like the character coming from Mizi. That was dope.
She got that mean thing sitting on that double wide. She see me mean, clean, chillin', I be double fly. I say, let's make a vine with you bouncing for the paper.
I came to this competition because I know there are not a lot of female dancers out there.
Kanyamo se wa morago ikabe so ya gago ke a tlhatla o tla so pelo tsara di pizza o mape mogolo ka pe monati ha on tsule ga ke go o di lotsa go di tatso mo setsana semakale semakale on tronca todo cabe amo tuajela yotsago ai tsotemeno direla la kokotong kale naneo semakale para wa perile semakale para yo para wa perile we monamu mwana wa pele we money ha sarate mujos kabata gora wa pele aka gora tera la sidane mutoko pagape lebelela lidimpagana tame kora arike tanse ke bata go bela gone kwa ona ka gole batsadi tota o ka phirimelwa go go yene ale tlaba gone fa go go semakale o semakale wira imona hey semakale 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 we mona muni yeah 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 oh oh eh we mona muni dilote kare moto karitsa ya ditota tsa makatsone dia tatsa go tsaka pe u kare di kapela nakres kala magala upa bakatoga ba dilapisa semakale kelele semakale we mone yo semakale semakale oh we mona muni
dithamalakane thutapuo re botsisana dipotso jalo ka ditso le bojanala jwa rona re be re konentelela thulaganyo ya rona ko seraleng
monna yo motelle ra hip hop
potso ya lona ntse yana ya re nangwe potso wa
lebelela thulaganyo rona mo Now TV sa ga rona metshameko ka kgaisano ya Setswana teme ya rona.
The band expresses different genres of music through live performance.
I sing for love, I sing for joy, I sing for you.
I love
music
that.
and art mo go nna ke tharabollo ya duo tse le gore ke rara.
Over the years, the Botswana market has been experiencing a significant growth in locally made products. In this exciting 13-episode show, we'll be celebrating and finding out how local producers are doing in the economy.
Not only do we do fiberglass bath taps, we repair a whole range of fiberglass products.
There are Botswana who are doing amazing, innovative things.
We support local businesses. The bulk of the money that they make, it's retained within the local economy.
Someone once said, "We travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us." And this is something that a lot of Botswana, young and old, have quickly discovered: the love of travel. Out and about meeting folks that have been stung by the travel bug and can't seem to sit still. From Reboaha Travels to cross-continental adventures, we get the lowdown for you on all your travel questions and everything else in between. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to Unplugged BW. The news, the beat, the style. The #1 show that keeps you plugged in on all things BW right here in Botswana. My name is Lunga Andropisi and I'm your host. You'll be joining me as I take you to some of the hottest spots as we check out the trendiest things out there in the streets. Plus, we get to hang out with Botswana's trailblazers all right here on Unplugged BW.
Hi, my name is Uyapo Kitogetsu of indeuyapo.com and you're watching Unplugged BW.
Priscilla enjoys good food and lots of adventure, which is no wonder she caught our attention when it came to producing this very episode. She has been to 14 countries and counting, with no intentions of slowing down. avid traveler, and the countries she's ticked off so far include Vietnam, Singapore, Mozambique, the UK, Cambodia, and Thailand, just to name a few. She is one of the many young Botswana who have discovered the joys of traveling and meeting new people, which she documents on her website, heytaps.com. Find out a little bit more about her adventures, and maybe you can pick up a few tips on how to see the world. Reeves is a well-known travel addict. He lives for airports and airplanes. Believe it or not, that's why he was a perfect candidate when it came to this episode. He's always traveling, and what's interesting about Reeves is he always manages to challenge his friends to catch more flights and see new places.
What's up? It's your boy Chana, Cooley Chana, the Montaka originator, and you're watching up on BWTV. Y'all heard? Hey!
Yo, what's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy SCAR, and you're checking out Unplugged BW. What else you want, man? Stay right there.
Botswana Tourism Organization, known to drive the country's hospitality and travel experience, has recently released its 2020 calendar of events. Head favorites, Kawa Dune Challenge, Makadi Kadi Epic, among others, which are mandatory TO events. However, notably is the introduction of private events, Born and Raised and Clap Your Hands, both being entertainment festivals. The move is a by BTO for encouraging local tourism and making such events as stellar and formidable to define Botswana's entertainment industry. Poaching has become a pain in the back for Botswana tourism prospects, with elephants and rhinos as the main target of our wildlife. This despite the country's tight poaching schemes and best safari destination. Botswana was awarded the best in 2018 and 2019 respectively by the collection of survey done by Safari.Bookings. However, to address poaching, recently Botswana Defence Force conducted an exercise as part of its ongoing 6-week basic combat swimming course at Shashe Dam. Speaking during the demonstration, which included soldiers simulating patrols on water and swimming across swampy areas, the 2 Brigade Group Commander Brigadier Joseph Selo said the necessitated by the fact that the army had a duty to protect sovereignty of the country on air, ground, water, and cyberspace. Arguably, Africa's Travel Indaba is one of the largest tourism marketing events on the African calendar, and the top 3 must-visit events of its kind on the global calendar. For such, roads lead to Durban's ICC on the 11th of May, as everyone stakeholder in this industry wants to be a part of the great African story and write their success. The exhibition showcases the wildest variety of Africa's best tourism products and attract international buyers and media from across the world. Africa's Travel Indaba is owned by South African Tourism and organized by Synergy Business Events. Africa's Travel Indaba has won the award for Africa's Best Travel and Tourism Show. Many of the local brands in the tourism have been part of the South African-based Indaba. pioneering ecotourism company, proudly founded in Botswana in 1983, Wilderness Safaris says it's dedicated to the conservation of the breathtaking biodiversity of the Okavango Delta, Linyati Wildlife Reserve, and Central Kalahari Game Reserve, while empowering local communities at the same time. Beyond the countless life-changing it offers guests, Wilderness Safaris continues to have a significant and meaningful positive impact on the local and national economy. Botswana is a must-see spectacle, and the Wilderness Safaris has been fortunate to have a presence in the best and most exclusive wilderness areas.
What up, Botswana? What up, Africa? This is Psycho Kings Dance Crew. And shout out to Unplugged BWTV.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your boy Hansi. You are watching Unplugged BWTV. GG. What's up?
Oko, ona la madi a go duela ramapodisi. Kana chat ke ra le tšhono.
So, babe, on tirela profile nyana. Gore ke tle ke bone guy nyana.
Itle re ke ntse bana bola o shunyana bo ba go thama. Ke tlo itse gore thone o kgabotse gone.
Ke na le nyara ya go hopa.
What a show we had. You and Ditsile can give the Kardashian sisters a run for their money.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, earlier we touched down on the adventures of Reeves, ne? And now we sit down with the lad to find why traveling is so important to him. We also get introduced to Nzuri Adventure, a group of friends with a love for traveling who decided to create content out of their escapade.
My name is Ribi Udirile. I'm a communications officer at Botswana Innovation Hub. I'm an avid traveler, an adrenaline junkie, if you may, and I love adventure. The things I like the most about traveling is learning different cultures, exposing myself to different people, going into different areas, learning so much about the world that I had no idea about, and exposing myself to different environments. And obviously, at the end of the day, relaxing and learning more about different places. What Botswana has to offer to me as a destination, obviously, firstly, this is home. And even though I didn't really get a chance to grow up here, most of my life was spent overseas. Every location that I've been to is a new adventure for me. I mean, from learning about the San people in Khansi district to experiencing the wonders of the wildlife of the Delta. Botswana, what does it not have to offer? You have so many options of places, and there's still places I'd love to experience. My advice of tips on safety while traveling, this can go whether you're traveling with a group or solo traveling. First things first is trust your intuition. If you feel something does not feel right, leave that situation or get to the nearest public location if you can. Number two, public locations are your friend. That's just a fact. I think a lot of people say, oh, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. But you still have to remember, you're still a visitor in another country. So be very aware of, public locations, plan out your trip, know the maps, knowing. Don't get too inebriated because you must always be able to pay attention to what's going on in your surroundings. And I also tell people to be culturally aware because some locations that you go may be very strict about the attire you're wearing, the way you present yourself, the way you engage, what you can and cannot do. But this is the importance of doing your research before you travel. My advice to those who want to travel would be don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to learn other cultures. Just go and do something. And never be demotivated by if someone had a bad experience at a location or things like that. Go and experience it for yourself. I mean, look, a destination is not about where you end up. It's about the story you get on your way there. So it's important to make your own story. top 5 items in my hand luggage when I'm traveling. Number 1 would have to be my camera. Number 2, power banks, lots and lots of power banks. Number 3 would have to be my Bluetooth headphones, noise cancelling. You'll be surprised how much you're always on the road or on movement, and just having that moment of pause is good. Ooh, number 5. I'd like to say my travel gear, if that makes sense. I have specific like t-shirts or things that I have a story from everywhere that I travel with. I actually just got one recently from Botswana. Someone created a t-shirt, they're called Avid Traveler, created a t-shirt that says, "If lost, return to Botswana." So usually whenever I'm at a different location, I always make sure to travel with those t-shirts and so on. So yeah, my tips for when you're planning a trip: research, plan, and budget. It's really important to do your research. Not emphasize this more than anything. If you have decided where you want to go or what you want to experience, do as much research as possible. Planning, plan early. I can tell you trips that I've already started planning for or budgeted or started paying for that are happening in December this year. Well, no, I can't answer that because that's the next question. Okay, sorry, I'll start it over. All right, my tips for your travel would be planning, research, and budgeting. When you're planning a trip, make sure you do as much research as possible on the destination you're going to. Like I said earlier, what's the culture like? Where are you trying to go? What are the costs of getting around? Everything you need to know beforehand, because that's easier for you to now plan out a budget. Now, when you're planning, plan in advance. I can tell you the trips I'm going on in December because I'm planning on everything in advance. I actually put something on social media the other day telling people times to travel versus Botswana holidays, so you can actually get the most prominent amount of days on your holiday if you're an employed person. How do I choose and decide on a destination? That varies. It depends from my mood to Oh, I keep looking there. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Okay. How do I plan or pick a destination? It can be from my mood. It can be a conversation I had with someone over drinks, to some friends that I met while I was traveling that recommended that, hey, why don't you come and check out our location? I tell people, if you're going to plan something out, figure out what is your mood. Do you want to go to a beach? Do you want to go to, sunny side areas? Do you want snow? Most people don't want snow. You want somewhere cold, and then you're able to coordinate from there. Where do I want to go? Because it's really easy just to go on Google and say, where are the best beaches in Africa? Or where's the best place to have a sundowner in Morocco? And you'll be able to narrow these places down.
Bona re ke tletseng bo gago e destroy at least ke yona original
Me e se bone mo ke yone ntse ke ba le go tsama
no ga ke bona se go motse go ka re nya ke bone senepese
There's mouse Selena ke motho a le mongwe Después antes de la tamo Selena ke mme
a se nna go mo go mo rekisitse ka di tema go diso
go swetse di tema
The one thing that we really love about the Dollies is that they break down their travels for everyone to get an understanding of what it takes to pack a suitcase and go on holidays. They have a ways and their vlogs are engaging and funny as hell. believe that. What is there not to love about these best friends seeing the world together and inviting us to be a part of their adventure? Absolutely delightful.
Hi, my name is Mpuleng and I am one half of Travel Dollies.
Hi, my name is Moahisi and I'm one half of Travel Dollies.
What we do is we basically document our go moments, and what go moments are just us being on the road, being in the air, being in different places, discovering the world, discovering new places, going on adventures, and basically taking each other with.
That's what we do. Take your best friend everywhere you go. That's what we do. Honestly, I just love to be in different places. I love to see the world because it makes me feel like there's so much more than what you know exists. There's so much more to the world. There's so much more to see. There's so much more to do, more to explore and experience. And I love that it makes you feel so alive.
Absolutely, and just break out of the monotony of everyday life, because we know it can get really boring. You are doing the same thing day in, day out, so just getting to go and experience new things, meet new people, eat new food that you may not necessarily know. So that's why I think we like to travel. Yes. For me, it was the US. I think that's the most memorable trip for me. It was my first time there last year, and I must say New York is so grand and it surpassed my every expectation. So I think for me, I still dream about being in the US.
Same thing for me. It was our first time on an international trip together. It was our first time, both of us together in the US. So it was really a beautiful experience. We loved New York, we loved Philly, we loved DC, we loved everything about it. So for me, that was our most memorable. And mind you, we've been traveling together for about 10 years now. So yeah, that's quite a destination.
And bucket list, definitely South America.
Oh yeah.
And
Iceland.
Yes.
We really want to go to Iceland. Where else?
Maybe Asia, somewhere in Asia. Not quite sure yet.
Not quite sure yet, but definitely South America, definitely Iceland, definitely Europe. We need to do a Euro tour. We want to do a Euro tour of sorts. Prague, Paris, London, that sort of thing. So yeah, those are still on our go-to. Botswana has a lot to offer as a destination. It just depends on the kind of holiday you're looking to take. Are you looking to take to go and see, wildlife? Are you looking to relax? Are you looking to be more, low-key and really get some R&R in? I think it has a lot of beautiful scenery. It's a great place to do a road trip in. It's a place to go up north and just experience the different sort of landscape that in our country. So I think it is.
And also it's a place where you can either travel solo, with a couple, or as a group of friends, because it's so diverse in what it has to offer.
Honestly, number one is that we prioritize traveling. We really do. It's like our number one priority. We don't have no husbands, we don't have no kids, we don't have no dogs, we don't have no cats. It's just us. So you need a bit of leg room to sort of move your finances around if it's something that you really want to do. Actually really love to travel. We enjoy being away, we enjoy our go moments. So that's why we do it, but also we are like focused on sales. We take the early morning flights because they're cheaper. You book in advance for your accommodation because it's also cheaper. If you plan in advance, you can find a way of saving more money than you would have ordinarily spent deciding to leave today.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, people forget that you have to plan. Like for anything, when you buy a house, when you buy a car, when you are looking for schools for your kids, you obviously do your research, you plan, you put away money, you prioritize. It's just about prioritizing, and also just realizing that it doesn't need to be difficult if you're doing your research. Yeah. Just like she said, we take the earliest flight out of anywhere because it's all the latest, because it's the cheapest. You know what I mean? So just things like that, and just doing your research and being online. And also reading reviews and blogs and just following other people who do travel a lot. You'll get a lot of tips and things.
I'm I'm Zolani Maola, and you are watching Unplugged BW.
Muffin, 2, muffin, 3, muffin. We're the Muffins, yo. Check us out on Unplugged BW.
Toba Gerekang,
Donald Noto,
Keno,
Custom Suits,
and you're watching Unplugged BW.
Yeah, that's right.
Hello, I'm Kirk Whalum, and you're watching Unplugged BW.
Welcome back to Unplugged BW. It's time for our top 10, and remember, the top 10 could be anything and everything from across the board. I personally love to travel, and if I could, I would turn it into a 9 to 5. I've been to a few interesting places, and there's still a bucket list that seems to be growing every month of places I want. Here is my top 10 of top amazing places I still want to visit, and a few that have been memorable.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, aka The Prince. Easy to like, easy to follow, easy to watch, easy to do anything in life, because anything in life is easy to do. You're watching Unplugged BW.
We hope we have given you enough reason and encouragement to think up a long list of places you still want to visit this year. You see, with a bit of planning, saving, and a bit of focus, you too can discover a world around you. Travel is not only just for a select few, trust me, it's for everyone. With that said, it's appropriate for me to say I'll see you at the next departure lounge. Remember to like our Facebook page, Unplugged BW TV. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Unplugged BW TV. Up until next time, return the hate with love, kill them with kindness, and bury them with success. King B, I'm out, baby.
Hello and welcome to the second season of The Rising Star.
Gore tumelo a tshware loto o ka kgona go mo dira motlhofo go tswa ke gore a be malete thabiso mokalake ka fa tlase ga dikilometara tse di setseng tse ba ka tswela sekgala.
This is The Rising Star, aimed to motivate you, the youngsters at home, to participate in various sporting codes.
Nekile ko Spain ka 2018.
Before I went to Australia, we traveled through Dubai.
So much excitement, so much fitness, so much zeal.
Most African folk or fables have a moral point to them. We used to inform, educate, or entertain. This is me on a camping visit to the flora and fauna abundant habitat of Shakawe, just to learn about their way of life.
Have you ever wondered why people are super crazy about cars, expensive cars, vintage cars, classic cars?
I've owned more than 30 Subarus.
You're crazy about cars.
A car is an extension of one's personality.
If you drive a classic car, you can have respect. I need to be respected for it.
You really have to be born with it.
Then we try put them back to factory original, and then we export them out of Botswana to South Africa mainly. Some even go back to Australia.
It's crazy, isn't it? Well, to me, well, these cars are absolutely amazing and fantastic. You have to love the car culture we've got coming up in BW. Can I please get an amen?
Welcome to BW Sports Talk, a program where we profile local sporting heroes and heroines. My name is Tuso Palai.
So I had to compare, okay, no fine. How about I can for under 17 volleyball? It's better to get a volleyball.
So you can imagine the kind of life that I've had, where I had to fight against 9 people, my mom, my dad, and my siblings, for me to be where I am in sports.
I had the decision to, I want to do individual sport.
The band expresses different genres of music through live performance.
I sing for love, I sing for joy, I sing for you.
I love
music
that.
and art, ya do tsele gore di marara.
Welcome to 911 Family Emergency, a show that educates a nation about family matters. I'm your host Melanie Kifilo Monare, and this is 911 Family Emergency. On today's episode, we are talking about marriage. What is marriage? How prepared are you to say that you're getting married? What are the things that you should look forward to when it comes to marriage? Well, find out on today's episode as we have our pastor, our and our married couples elaborating further on this topic.
Bua le wena gompieno ka kgang ya lenyalo. Mme ke tabe ke itebagantse segolobogolo jang le gore le tswa kae le ya kae le gone le bereka jang. Ha re simolola pele hela ka go kopanya motho wa monna re ka mmitsa mme go tswa ho aba a nyalana le motho wa mosadi yo e le female. So ka ha nna ke bua ka takore in my context ke bua ka lenyalo e le monna le mosadi. Jalo mo Bibeleng re itela dikwalo di supa gore Modimo o dirile motho wa sebopego sa monna abo a direla motho wa sebopego sa monna yo mosadi yo a neng a ra motlisa ko monneng yano ya bidiwa monna le mosadi kana husband and wife.
Kgang ya rona gompieko ke kgang ya go tota lenyalo ke eng, mme ebile ke mang o tshwantseng gore a nyale leng, ha ikutlwa go ntse jang, ebile a reelwa ke eng go nyala kana go nyalwa. Ke lapa kapa ke motheo wa motse ha re bua ka boteng ba lone e seng leina hela ko ntle sesupo se re ka se supang re re le sire ka pareng kana pampiri e kwadilweng eo. Lenyalo ke boteng ba mowa wa motho a ba dumelane le o mongwe goreng ba nyalana mme ga go go nyalana go tla go kopana mo go senang karoganyo. Jalo go raya gore e nna lesika hela ka re turi lesika ke go tsamaisa madi mo mmeleng ga lena ga le kgaoga madi ha tsamaya botshelo bo a hela. Mme jaanong ke go ke tshimologo ya botshelo e seng phelelo ya jone. Jaanong go raya gore ke sengwe hela se se masisi se se tlhoagetseng se tshwanetseng go dirwa ka kelello.
Lenyalo ke kgolagano ya batho ba babedi e leng re le mme. Ke kgolagano e thodilweng ke modimo e leng gore le mo baebeleng e kwadilwe gore re o ta togela mmagwe le rragwe le mme o ta togela rragwe le mmagwe ba tshele mmogo ba agile lwapa ba gole mmogo. Nna ha ke tsena mo nyalong e boitshepo ke ne ke setse ke ikutlwa le mo go nna gore ke setse ke godile ke ready go ka nna le lelapa ke ready go ka nna le motho yo nka thusana le ene botshelo ka ra godisa bana mmogo.
Yaanong konokono ya lenyalo e ikagile pele ka batho ba ba godileng ke sone se e reng mo dithuto go baakanyediwa lenyalo se re di bitsa premarital re go gakolola gore o tshwanetse go bo le motho monna kana mosadi o dingwaga tse di golwane ra bo 21 go ya ko pele go tlase ga 21 molao wa Botswana wa leta gore ha o le 18 o ka saenelwa ke batsadi. Mme ka ke bua ka lenyalo le ke tsaya gore tabo le motho yo mature yo motona yo tsayang maikarabelo o tshwanetse wa itse gore dilo dingwe se di tlhokagala mo go wena ke gore o itsegi jaaka motho yo motona yo nyetseng yo na le maikarabelo a gore mo lenyalong la gago wa dira dilo se tshwanetseng ke motho yo na le maikarabelo. Jalo dilo dingwe se di seka sekeketse jaaka monna le mosadi ba lo tsena mo lenyalong itseng jaana gore le tshwanetse la simolola pele ka go nna le maikutlo a go ratana go rata motho yo o ta bontshana le mo lenyalong to an extent ka selekanyo sa gore motho yo wa go nna le botshelo jwa gago jotlhe.
Jaanong o ka ipotsa gore tota ha re gore re itse gore ra nyala ra be re ikutlwa re ntse jang ha re mme gone re tsamaya mo tseleng e leng yone. Lenyalo jaaka ke setse ke boletse gore ke selo se se masisi o tshwanetse gore o bo wena ka bo wena o itlhaloganya ebile o ikitse ebile o tlhaloganya se o se dirang o kgona go ipaya lebatla o kgona go itse gore ke dirile phoso ha ke dira jana ha ke a dira phoso ha ke na le se ke na le se se lekanyeng ha ke dira jana ha ke dire mo go lekanyeng gore ke kgona gore ke na le ke kgonne seelo se ke sentse re be ke le se ntekanye mme ebile ke se ke gorogile mo seemong se nka tsa motho mongwe ka tla go mo tlhokomela ke a be ke gorogile ha kae ka tlhaloganyo mmele madi di dirisiwa tsotlhe tse di tlhokagalang gore motho a tshele holistic living of a human being. Ntse jalo go raya gore mo seemong sa go nyala ebile o ka reetswa motho mongwe wa ba rediwa wa ba wa la ngwana wa ba mo godisa wa tswa sekao mo go ene mo tšhabeng ya gagang ka kelotlhoko. Jalo go raya gore lapa le ke sentlhaga se e leng gore nonyane e tla ha monna wa nonyane a sena go aga sentlhaga seo e le se se matlotlo ebile se le se se nitlameng go sireletsa maya tlang a beola go se se raya gore monna yo jaaka ke setse ke tlhalositse a ba le mo seemong se e leng gore o tla tlhokomela lapa la gago o tla tlotla lapa la gago ebile mowa ga go itshetletse o gore ile mo seemong se e leng gore ga tlale ebile ga a kgweberwe ke dipho tsa tsatsi le letsatsi.
Lenyalo ke like bokopano lweng ke modimo mo e leng gore mo baebeleng so tota hela le tsena mo lenyalong ke dumela gore ya be le the right way to do things unlike go nna hela le sa nyalana re ba keresete re dumela mo lekwalong le boitshepo so lenyalo tota according to my understanding nna ke tsaya kere ke gone mo gore le ra bokopano bo e leng gore bo ka ha modimong le ka ha mong whereby you unite two families.
Mosepeleng wa lenyalo o tshwanetse wa tlhaloganya gore o tshwanetse go bo wena o na le maikutlo a wetse a gore ya gore tsena mo lenyalong jalo wa dira thulaganyo ya gore lenyalo la gago wa go oketsa go rata motho yo tsenileng mo lenyalong tsatsi le letsatsi go ithelele jaaka ha re ikana re kgaogangwa ke loso mme go nne le thulaganyo ya gore ha lenyalo go sena go dumalana go tsene mo mererong ya gore la go direlwa kae ngwao di a harologana mahelo a harologana mme bobedi ke bone ba ka gore lenyalo la bone la go tshwarelwa kae
lenyalo go ya ka nna ke mpho e tswang go modimo so ke tsa ke re mpho engwe le ngwe ya tlhokomelwa lenyalo le simologile hela mo baebeleng le simolotswa ke modimo jaanong ha o le motho modimo a le mponetse o le tlhokomele o le baballe ka tsela ngwe le ngwe ka le baballang ka yone ya tla re ke bua le batho ke ba re lenyalo le tshwanetse la tlhokomelwa le lenyalo le tshwanetse la nosediwa le nosediwa ka lerato so ha le basha kana le batho ba ba le kana le nna le tsena mo lenyalong itse gore ke mpho e tswang go modimo o tshwanetse wa e tlhokomela o tshwanetse wa e nosetsa yone mpho ena gore e tle go le phophome ha go no po re ngana le setlhare mo lapeng a ba sa se tlhokomele ka go se nosetsa a ba sa se tlhokomele ka go se dira tse di tshwanetseng a di tsenya le menontshane le lenyalo hela go ya ka nna ka re le tshwanetse la tlhokomelo ka gore ke mpho
wa bona lorato ha o tsena ka lone mo lenyalong ga o ka nna le kgang ya go kgobega marapo mo tseleng ebile o tla nna o rata le ene rre kana rre o tla nna tswelela a rata mme yo a nang le ene kgang ya lorato ke kgang e tsepameng ebile ke kgang e sang lenyalo tota go fitlheleng go ya go gongwe o tshwanetse o tsene mo lenyalong o itse gore ga o saene kontraka e tla reng ka moso go utlwa go tax no o tsena mo lenyalong o tsena gore ke a go tshela botshelo botlhe jwa me le rre yo ke tsana le ene mo lenyalong ba le bantsi o itlhele go mayara lenyalo la motho o mongwe o sa itse gore batho ba le ba tshela botshelo jo bontseng jang o bo hela go itse gore le nna e tla re ha ke tsana mo lenyalong le rre yo re tla tshela gongwe botoka bona le lenyalo le ke le boneng hale gongwe ke a go tshela ke kgona go ja go heta se ke boneng hale ba se ja hale nya se itsholetse dilo tse dintsi ha o tsena mo lenyalong solohela lorato mo lenyalong solohela go itse gore ke tsena mo lenyalong ka kgang ya go bereka le rreo ka kgang ya gore nna le rreo ra go tswelela go a go hitla go gongwe o ipeele selo sa go itse gore nna le rre wa me la ke itlela sena sepe ke a go nna ke tswelela ke morata
ise ke ba le temana mo nakong ya gompieno ka gore ha e santse le dipaakanyo tsa setho e le tsa kgaolo ya gaeno go sa re sepa gore ga kae ga o tabong thulaganyo e ta dirwang go ke masika ke ditsala le lona banyalani ke e taba le dumalanye eng jaanong lenyalo le tshwanetse gore le direle mokete o le rebodisang o le simolodisang o le launchang le re le bitsang kemo e ka tswa e le modiro wa lenyalo wa go bina wa go itumela mme batswana ka karetso le maAforika go na lenyalo go a jewa ene go jewa hela mo go tlhoahetseng jaanong mo lenyalong ka gore ke batho go tshwanetse ga nna le maikutlo a wetseng a gore ke itse go bua go communicate puo ya go bua e dirisiwa ile tsamana le motho yo itseng puo ka godile that's why lenyalo le tshwanetse gore go nne le batho ba godileng ba tsena mo go lone ga se la bana go tshamekelo mo lenyalong
ga gona motho ka go naela sengwe a ba itumela go bona o sa se tlhokomele so lenyalo la tlhokomelwa lenyalo la dibelwa lenyalo la ikokobelediwa ke a tle ke utlwe bašwa ba bangwe ga re bua gantsi utlwa ba re bona ga ba batle go nna makgoba nya ga se go nna lekgoba lefoko la modimo la re mosadi a ikobele monna o a mo tsereng so lenyalo la ikobelwa lenyalo la tlhokomelwa monna ga go nyetse wa mo tlhokomela wa mo direla tsotlhe tse tlhaela tse di tlhokagalang o bontsha sesupo sa gore wa amogela gore modimo a ba go segogaditse ka ene e le mpho mo botshelong ba gago so gantsi ke ebe ke lebella gore ha re ipaakanyetse botshelo ba ko morago ga lenyalo re ipaakanyetsa letsatsi la mokete mo e leng gore ga go a siama because ha le ntse le tsamaya le gola mo lenyalong go nna le dikgwetlho mme ya ka nne ke bua kgantele ha o sa tlhokomele lenyalo leo kana o tlhokomela mpho e modimo a lenyeo go kgona gore ebe go sa tsamaye sentle but ha o le tlhokometse ka tlhoko e leng gore ya tlhokagala ga gona sepe se se ka palang mo go lone so lenyalo la tlhokomelo lenyalo la dibelo ha dikgwetlho di tla ka gore o lefilwe ke modimo boela ko modimong o kope modimo wa gore botlhale ba gore o ka le sireletsa jang o ka dira jang gore monate o le o nne o le teng ko tshimologe o boele gape nna tota hela ka gore ke motho o dumela mo modimong ke nna ke ikanya ka go boela ko modimong because ke ena le nnetseng ke atle ke re batho ke re kana lenyalo ke so se leng gore certificate sa sone o ise o wetse phenyo ya teng so phenyo ya teng ke leng gore ya go pateletsa gore a go a kgonagala kana go kgonagala o tshwantse wa fenya mo tseleng se inele mo tseleng boela ko modimong o e leng gore ke ena a go se go haditseng ka lone gore o mmotse gore o tswelela yang ga gona le diemo nna ke atle ke re boikokobetse mo lenyalong ke bone bo bo dirang gore dilo di tswelele sentle ha o sa ikokobetse o sa ikokobeletse monna o modimo wa go se go haditseng ka ene ga gona sepe se se ka tswelelang o nkutlwe sentle ga ke re ga o kgobise se nne le kgoba mme ikokobetse ya ka lefoko la modimo la re mosadi a ikobele monna wa gago so ke atle ke re dilo tse dintsi tse e leng gore di hetsa lenyalo mo matsatsing la mo gone ke gore ga re nna mowa wa go ikoba se fetole nako tsotlhe ga e leng gore la gago go tlhokagale le gore o fetole teng dira gore o ikobe dilo di siame se ke se batlang go se isa e leng molaetsa hela wa go bua ga letsatsi le letsatsi ga social living ya tsatsi le letsatsi ke gore batho ba kgatlhwa ke gore o ngwana ga mang go le kae o na le di-hips kana mahepapo jaaka ete ba bui o na le madi o tsamaya ka koloi ntseng jang dilo tse tsotlhe di a hela ebile gore ngwana ga ma kgathalesege ga se se o tlo kopana le sone jaanong ga lenyalo le nwelela menate ya go leba le go kgatlha batho e hedile o le ko lapeng o tshwanetse gore o nne ho o sena po o tlholang a go lebelela batho bangwe banyane ba ntse ba nyala le bone go na le ba ba ka lebelelwang jaanong gore kgang ke gore o kopana le maikutlo a motho boleng jwa motho ke jone jo bo nyalwang boleng jwa gore motho ga ke na le ene ga go tse mang a re motho o siame motho ga a siame motho o rile riana mowa e harologanye e rata batho ba ba harologanye ebile e nyalana psychologically merging with different personalities ga o tsetse hela manga ro tseyo kana mme a re ke tseyo ntate a re ke tseyo batho ba go ga rona ba re yo go ga bone ba rile yo mo ratang go rata go laolwa ha ile gona ga ba maruri ke go kgona go nna lotlhe ka kagiso le kutlwano le tswelelo pele seo se diragala mo mehuteng e mebedi ya ditlhaloganyo le boitshwaro jo bo nyalanang hela ka modimo o dirileng ka teng ka sekgwa mo re reng two personalities that merge and understand each other
gantsi o itlhelela gore rona bo mme re tsena mo manyalong gongwe re sa dire bontsi ba bo mme re tsena mo manyalong re sa dire mme re bo re sologela go itse gore ka gore re wa nthata o tsile go ntlhokomela o tsile go ntirela dio tse dintsi mme tla go tsana ka go borre o itlele gore bomme re hela pelo ka bonako ebile ga re kgone go amogela seemo sa gore borre ga ba diri ebile ka re go gongwe re tla re ba hela pelo re hela re tsaya gore nya ka gore o tse re nako e kana sa dire go ra gore nna ke le mme ke dilo dingwe tse e leng gore ga nka ka di kgona nya ba gaetso a go se nne jalo lerato ga se go gore yo mongwe ha sa dire yo mongwe a dira go ra gore ga gona lorato ha gape tlhokomela go na le se e leng gore lorato ke la batho ba le babedi o gakologelo seo ebile mo leratong o ithuta yo mongwe jaaka re le babedi modimo a dirile gore mme le rre e nne batho ba le bangwe hela e nne motho a le mongwe hela gakologelo go itse gore re tsile go ithutana mo loratong ha re tsana mo lenyalong
yaanong ke batla go tsena mo kganya gore lone lenyalo tota le ka tlhalosiwa jang monna mongwe wa moruti wa ko America e kile a re ha le tlhalosa a bua ka mahoko a reng contractual binding commitment to live together a ra gore ha le tsena mo lenyalo le be le itse gore la ipoga maikaelelo gore la go tshela mmogo ya re ha a digela mahoko a gagwe a re mme ebile mohuta wa botsalano e tshwanetse o leng recognized ili morally by God and society ke gore ha lenyalane ka ha re soletse gore modimo a itse ka teng le ka ha ba lo agile mo go bone le bone ba solohetseng ka teng mme le tshwanetse gore ko bohelo le dumalane verbally gore yes ke tsena mo lenyalong ke a go rata gore ke a go nyala re nna mmogo le ena a dumalane jalo then tswa ho le be le nna mmogo go monate ha lo ka nyalana le be le go nna mmogo e seng le nna mmogo le be le tsa gore le nyalane
go nna le di-responsibilities tse di tlang ka lenyalo like gone gore ha go nna le mediro yana ga re nne hela kana go tenya baby ke a lenyalong ko lapeng re family one yanong either from his side or my side so ga go na le mediro ya lo ra kopana re attenda rotlhe gore ke di-responsibilities tseno gore di tla mo le lenyalo like mo gongwe expectations lenyalo ha le motlhofo because go a bo kopana batho ba babedi ba leng gore ga ba tshwane so le na le di-differences le na le di-weakness le na le di-strength e leng gore they are all different but I believe gore ha le setse le kopana ha le setse la go decide gore okay a re nyalane re nne one la bo le setse le itse gore le dila yang le weakness ya ga yo mongwe le strength sa ga o mongwe go nna le dikgwetlho hela tse leng gore go di diragala e se magareng ga ba bobedi bo bonyalaneng go tswa go extended families like in-laws and all so ke dilo tse leng gore ga o tsena mo lenyalo tshwanetse o ikemiseditse gore wa go lebagana le tsone o kgona gore o di handle
nna nka gakolola batho gore lona ba le ko ntebeleleng sengene le ba ba setseng ba le ready go tsana mo lenyalong o itse gore go tsana mo lenyalong o bo sentse gore o bo iphuthile methala gore o hetse go tshameka o se ka re go tsana mo lenyalong o bo sentse o na le bo small house go chita tota mo lenyalong a go a siama ebile go chita ke gone mo go thubang malapa gore ga o tsana mo lenyalo o bo itse gore tota gore o itse gore keng I'm ready for lenyalo ka gore lenyalo ga o tsana mo go lone ga go sena bo cheating o ithela le gore bo divorce le tsona ka ke di nna teng ya nna hela ne ke gakolola ela gore batho ba bomme a re tsene mo lenyalo re itse gore re tsenela eng ya nna ne ke gakolola e se ka re ga re tsene mo lenyalong re se ka ra lebella dithoto a re tsene mo lenyalo re itse gore lerato keng go le mo go leng botlhoka thata mo lenyalong ke lorato a se madi lorato a se khumo
tota hela it's a lifetime commitment ha o tsena mo lenyalong wa ikana pele ga modimo ha pele ga batsadi ba gago baruti ba gago gore ke tsena mo lenyalong re ta kgaogangwa ke loso like that's what you always say. So how it's another thing? My advice like gore tsena mo teng ka pelo ya gore even if it fails you will do your best to make it work. It's ka nna khanya gore ha go padile you just give up. Kore o rena le bogakolodi bo eleng gore ha re tsana mo lenyalong ra bo bona from our pastors what we call marriage counseling mo tabeng before nyala o botsana mo lenyalo o bona le counseling bobedi ba lona just to go itse ka dio tseleng gore di a diragala mo lenyalo
ga lena sebaka sa gore le ka lwantshana ka gore irile ha Paulo a thara ba Efesia a re ga gona yo rata mmele wa gagwe yo ka utlwisang bothoko tsa gore ha o nyetse motho yo mongwe yo bonyetseng yo ke bonthabeng jwa mmele wa gago ne ke re modimo a letsego modimo a re thuse modimo a re etelele pele gore ha re tsena mo lenyalo ba itse gore re dira eng ga re dire eng a re nyaleng.
Marriage is not a walk in a park. You don't rush into it. You take your time, you learn your partner. Not only do you do that to understand the true meaning of marriage, get counseling, seek advice, so that when you do it, you know that is the perfect timing. That is what I learned from today's episode. I that you have learned a lot too. Do follow us on Facebook at 911 Family Emergency, on Twitter at 911 Family Emergency, also on Instagram at 911 Family Emergency. I'm your host, Melanie Kiflo-Manare, and from me and the crew, it's a wrap.
thulaganyong ya rona ya ngwao ya pato ya Setswana
re mo kgotleng ya dilaene mo Mahalape mme tiro ya letsatsi e simolola 30 morago ga nako ya botlhano mo mosong.
Mo segaroneng re na le kgomo e gotweng Chinyaza melomo ke kgomo e tswang pele e yang go bula melomo ya bagogwadi.
Patasang ke go mo go bonda masika
nna ke itumeletse ya la gore ga ke na charge e ke na le yone ke datse bona ke re ke rata tsamaiso ya Setswana.
Each one of us relamoga fashion differently.
We believe that fashion is confidence.
Fashion, it rotates though. That's like clothes.
I would define it as an embodiment of somebody's personality.
Fashion Profiles is a show that features various individuals ranging from fashion designers, artists, stylists, boutique owners, and models. This youth-oriented show will equip young Botswana with various skills in the ever-growing fashion industry. Catch Fashion Profiles only on Now TV. Fashion Profiles, style your life.
And welcome to the show. This is Aretsuge, a show that profiles as well as market SMMEs right here in Botswana. We ensure that we give them this platform to advertise themselves, as we know that marketing and advertising, market penetration really is very difficult in Botswana. So this show will be bringing you those SMMEs to give you an idea of what exactly it is that young people are getting up to in Botswana in business. My name is Orapile Kifikile and I will be bringing you all of that action.
Swagita.
patau ga kitla di tsara dikala patau oh tau dikala pa tau taswa kitala oh tau dikala pa oh tau taswa kitala dikala pa dikala pa taswa kitala taswa kitala dikala pa dikala pa taswa kitala taswa kitala asia parosa Jesu aria parosa Jesu aritsorele ngasi ya parosa Jesu aritsorele ngasi ya parosa Jesu tau ga dikitla di re gona tau ga dikitla di re gona arena li Jesu aritsorele ngasi ya parosa haye ikintate aritsorele ngasi ya parosa Jesu hey kintate oh tau dikala pa tau saswa dikala oh tau dikala pa oh tau saswa dikala dikala pa dikala pa saswa dikala saswa dikala dikala pa dikala pa saswa dikala saswa dikala bate bari buluke rubela batodi wa bali godimo bate bari buluke taudi kalaba saswa kitala tau oh tau 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 kalaba saswa kitala dikalaba saswa kitala dikalaba saswa kitala dikalaba saswa kitala.
ga gona sepe se se monate jaaka go itisa ka segarona re tla be re na le ditlhopha di le pedi tse e leng gore di tla be di phadisanya jalo ka go rekolola dithamalakane ditso bojanala thutapuo mme re konentelele thulaganyo ya rona ka metshameko mo seraleng re tla be re se nosi re tla be re na le tshepangwe le gore go tla ba re ga molotsana wa gago wa poko nna ke boinelo modisa o tsile itise le rona
duduetsa kgaitsedi ya motho tanki kgaitsedi aka motho a rialo a ta thuse mogolowe mosimanyana ba ke simolempele ka go ipolela ke le mosimanyana ke mokgatlo ga mmanana ko go kwa ramata di kwereta di thunya phatala tsen sonna kwa kana kwa ra musukana kwa ra musukana ba siele ko ga side ga mogole ga nkgola ga mpele ko pela ntadi nang thari ke budi ya go tsetsa pang ga tshela le sepe mosimanyana o tla bolela ke motlogolo kwa ga sa ko ga se ke re ga ela ra uma o mile batho ba tsona le ba ke lebile mang ke bitsona go tjwa tsa pang yana ga ya ma ba re tsentswe tsina ma ka mogolo kana ke batla go ba ka sa ga rona we tanki murisa o tsile murisa o tla ba tsile go mpieko murisa ga tsile tla bona se ga rona re tlo se tlile go butsuloga la bona go se ga rona go mpieko se teng se tsile ka murisa o tsile motho ga murisa o tsile na mala tshipule ena magadi ga itsedi a motho bontle ba go la mmana gore motho ana o tsile ka se ga rona we
yone tikologo ya rona ya ntlha e leng gore ditlhopha tse pedi tse di tlabe di kolopana jalo ka dithama mme tla ke ba fe sebaka sa gore wena motswana wetsho ba go ikitsise gore bone ke bomang ba tswa kae
video ya go rata ra tira dithobane ke tswa ko mohalatse ga ke ele ke le nosi ke na le mme
ke di bone modisenyana go tswa ko photleng ya mogogoro ko mo kwena ko mo lepolole
ke ratile ke di bone ba setlhopha sa mokgalo mme tla ke he lona sebaka sa gore le lona le ikitsise batswana ko lapeng gore lona le bomang le tswa kae
batswana ra dumedisa ko gae wa moana ke bidwa ka go motshweneng ke tswa hela mabese a kgamale a mme ha ke tsamaya ke le nosi le nna ke na le kgaitsedi ya ke ha ta dipolele
nna ke bidwa na le thata ga o tlole ke tswa hamela bolle mo kgatleng ya difetlhamole
mme tla re tswelele jaana ke ba ke go itsise wena motswana wetse gore karolo yena ya dithamalakane melao ya teng e tsamaya jaana mo karolwaneng e ditlhopha di tla kolopana ka dithamalakane setlhopha sengwe le sengwe se na le sebaka sa go botsa dithamalakane di le pedi thamalakane e e rekolotsweng sentle e tla tsaya dintlha di le 10 motsamaisi wa thulaganyo o na le thata ya go ka abela ditlhopha dintlha go tsamaelana le ka fa ba araba ka teng gakologela gore go a diragala gore thamalakane e ka nna dikarabo di feta bongwe thulaganyo e tla lopa batsa karolo go kwala karabo ya thamalakane e ba e buditseng pele fa e ka rekololwa mme go tla lebelelwa karabo ya bone e le yone thekololo ya nnete ya thamalakane eo ke tla rata go simolola ka lona setlhopha sa moana gore le ba kolobe ka thamalakane sebaka ke sa lona
monna yo motelele ra hipo
ba re monna yo motelele ra hipo
ke tsa ke re go ta pilara go na le ga go gongwe ke kileng ka bala teng ke bolela gore ke pilara yone ga gare ga mpie le yone a ke re teleleng so
lona la re karabo ke lona ke lona le tshwereng karabo ka
o ka ba itshwere
ba itshwere o ka re tlhalosetsa gore wena mme o badile o re pinagare
go le gre pinagare ka Setswana lona go leng ka teng ne ke itse gore pinagare ke logong le le telele le nang gare ga ntwe ya Setswana hela ya go tshwana ka hela le pilara ke lo bola sekoa mme ka gore ba dirisitse pilara nna re bua Setswana pilara le pinagare
go ya ka wena pilara ga Setswana
Korore ke ta ke ba
nya o ka ba hafolela ke re gone mme maiteko ke one o ka
eh
ba hafolela ka o ka ra hafolela ka gore maiteko ke one lo tsere five yang ona ga re ka reng tota ke botlhanogela bolele ba gane mme tsa ke lohe sebaka lona ba mokgalo gore le lona le bone gore le ba ira ka tsela e ntseng jang
basimane ba ne ba tla ba tswaengelane ba rotha dibodi ka tlhogo
basimane ba tswaengelane ba tla ba rotha dibodi ka tlhogo ke buile sentsa ke re re kwalle karabo e tere ba santse ba ikakanya re terutse gore ba e tsaya ka tsela e ntse mpolela sone se le sa akantseng
re akantse gore ke pula
ba re ba akantse gore ke pula
nyamma ga ba bui boammaaruri
karabo ke kerese ba re karabo ke kerese mo e leng gore lo tswa ka lefela go tswa mo go thamalakaneng ya bone mme tla re lohe sebaka le lona gore le bue ya lona ya bobedi bile tlebe le yone ya lona ya bofelo
thamalakane ya rona ya bobedi ntlo ya ga mme e senang mojako
ntlo ya ga mme e senang mojako
ke akanya gore go tewa
ke leng ba re ke leng ga gona re le ka siela kaya ke ya mme gore gore le tshwere gore gore ntle ke he bone ba mokgalo sebaka sa bone gore ba hetha malakane ya bone ya bofelo
re o makgasa borotho ra bo
re o makgasa borotho ra bo
ra kenya gore ka re ba rona ke boroko
ba re ke boroko ya mme gore ara ba e tshwere ba tsa jalo ka 10 points gore ba tshwere yone karabo ya bone e leng yone boroko mo gore re tikologo ya rona ya dithamalakane e fela ka tsela e ntseng jaana setlhopha sa rona sa mokgalo se tswa ka 1.5 ka gore ba tshwere e nngwe mme ba tsaya half mo go ye nngwe le gore a gore setlhopha sa rona sa mowana sone se tswa jalo ka 10 points tla re pote ka ga re tla re boa ka ga re be re tsena mo tikologong ya rona ya bobedi e le yone ya thutapuo.
Welcome to an exciting season of Future Talk.
They're always having the fanciest food. They're always
I'm your host, Marata Rosale, and I'm super excited to bring you a hot season of Future Talk.
Satisfaction doing what you did as an actor.
Stay tuned as we bring you conversation to the frontier.
Re tsana jalo mo legatong la thutapuo le leng gore ke tlabe ke ha ditlhopha tsa rona tse pedi gore ba nopole potso mo segwane se bonang ga se bone ba tlabe ba empha ke be ke e balela le be ba e araba tla ke simolole ka lona tsa setlhopha se se ka gore le mphe potso ke le botse le be le e araba potso ya lona e balega jaana go gama motlhaolosa go tewa eng go gama motlhaolosa go tewa eng
ke akanya gore go tewa kgomo e sa tsweng maši sentle
kgomo e sa tsweng maši sentle ya mme ke maiteko a mantle jalo mme tla ke go hekarabo ya re go gama maši a a tlang morago ga kgatsele gama maši a tlang morago ga kgatsele mo go rayang gore potso e e padile tla ke fe lona se gore le re fe potso ke tle le ya rabi potso ya lona e balega jaana go tapola go tewa eng go tapola go tewa eng
go tsa go itseela nyana go le go nyenyane hela ya ka re ra tapola mo segwaneng se re tapola
re tlhalosa jang monnana tota mme tla ke go hekarabo gore yone ya reng ka Setswana sa bontatemogolo a rona sa re ke go gama o taolola mabele a kgomo mme go sa tswe sepe a mpo go tswa thothinyana mo go rang gore o ne o le kgakala raetso ta ke he lona sebaka sa gore le tseye potso e nngwe ke tle le ya rati sa gana Setswana potso ya lona e balega go tlhapisa masori go tewa eng masori
ya gore ke ha motho a dirile phoso gongwe a batho
ya mme padile tse ke go bolelele gore Setswana sone sa reng ke fa malome a leboga setlogolo mpho ya mo e neetseng ka go mo fa sengwe fela masori tla ke fe lona sebaka sa gore le re he potso potso ya lona e tla jaana ya re kotelo go tewa eng kotelo Botelo, botewa eng? Ile ke nyala pula ke e tloga e re tshwara kana yaanong. Nyametla ke go he karabo kate ke thupa e dirisiwang go itayana mane gore e se ka ya anya motho a gaba mo gorang gore e padila ke go itsetsepela e go kgakalanyana se ke re he lona sebaka sa gore le re he potso ke tsa gore ke potso ya lona ya bofelo a ke wa ditšhakanyana gore go tontsa potso ya lona e jana ya motlholagadi go tewa motlholagadi go tewa
emma motlholagadi wa mme yo tlhokagaletsweng ke rre
mme yo ke rre nyame mmawe tshwere sentle go tewa mme yo tlhokagaletsweng ke rre mo go rang gore tshwerentse go tla le tlhamaletse jalo ka ke he lona sebaka sa gore le tseye potso ya lona ya bofelo go tsa le ka koronya gone bogolonyana botlhanonyana hela potso ya lona e ntse yana ya re tsinangwe go tewa eng ela utlwa go ditsi ke bona tlhogo ya go e lla ditshipiela mo teng o rang gore ga itlo gore tela tlhogo mme le ke hela tsinangwe go tewa eng
tsinangwe ra akanya gore tsinangwe ka tswa go tewa
e tla e gaitsedi ka re dire ka pela tsinangwe
badi
e gane mme ntle ke go bolelela gore tsinangwe go tewa go tswa gompieno yaanong o tla re o e go bala Setswana nko ya kgomo e e buduleng e jewa ke badisa nko ya kgomo e buduleng e jewa ke badisa o gorang gore e padile yaanong e hela ka tsela e ntseng jalo tikologo ya rona mme a re boa ka ga re tlabe re tswelela yaanong ka tikologo ye nngwe e e bidiwang gote ke yone ditso bojanala
e tletse ya phophomankgwa setsola e bona ditšhaba e tletse tsina e tletse mana e tletse monate nkgwa setso e tletse talente e tletse boiragatsi e tletse pina a Setswana e tletse poko metshameko ya serala yone ga ke bue e tletse dio di le dintsi ke a le bolelela jaaka thotse e namile nkgwa ya setso ke bua ka nkgwa ya setso ke bua ka nkgwa ya setso a re tobetsa o bule televišene o ikenele tobetsa o iponele tejane o tla kopana le Setsana o tla kopana le Mmadidotsi o kopana
ra tswelela re tsena mo legatong le lengwe la ditso bojanala ditlhopha tse pedi tse di tlabe di lebile mo sesupaditlhwantshong se le se ba se bonang mo sesupaditlhwantshong re tlabe tsa potso ka sone se ba tlabeng ba se lebile gone ke tla rata go simolola ka lona setlhopha sa Mowana gore re simolole thulaganyo ya rona tikologo ya rona ka lona potso ya lona ya ntlha ya re nonyane e e bitswa go tweng eng nonyane le bonang fa e botwe eng se ka la siwa ke nako ka gore ga le siwa ke nako yaanong ke a hitisa ke go tsana mo go ba bang ya gana ba re e padile mme tla re ba bontshe karabo gore ke mang nonyane e bitswa go twe kgori ke nonyane e e sireleditsweng thata mo Botswana nonyane e bitswa go te kgodi mme tsa ke tswelele ka lona le tle le bone gore ya lona potso e tla entse jang bolela leina la phologolo e gore bolela leina la phologolo e le gore ke serato sa morafe ofe
manonyane sorry ra phologo tswana e bidiwa go twe kgabo ke serato okay ke serato sa bakgadi
ba re bona gore ba itshwere jang ba re ke kgaboreto sa bakgatlha ka nnete ke kgabo ke sereto sa bakgatlha go gorang gore letswa jalo mo potsong ya lona ka 10 points e re tseledise ka lona le lona di ikoronyetse gore le tle re bone gore le tlatsa jang ba re tsene mo setshwantshong sa bobedi setlhare se se bonwa kae bolela ditso tsa lone setlhare se bonwa kae e bo re bolela ditso tsa setlhare se o se bonang fa
moana
le le setlhopha sa moana tle re bone gore karabo yone ya re ka nnete setlhare se ke sone moana se bonwa ko kasane e ne e le kgolegelo bogologolo mo go rang gore ke le abela jalo 5 points go tswa mo karabong ya lona ba re tswelele ka lona ebile tsebe e le yone potso ya lona ya bofelo setshwantsho se o se bonang fa bolela leina la rre le gore o tlotlegile ka bolela leina la rre o mmonang fa yo le gore o tlotlegile ka
ke rre Katie Motsete re mo itse ka go tlhama pina ya rona ya setšhaba
re bone gore a mme karabo yo re fileng ke yone re o kene wa ntlha e ga se itse go sekolo ya Kwik ka dingwaga tsa 1889 go ya ko 1910 para gore e padile ga se Katie Motsete le yena wa kgona go bona gore ke ene rre mang tla re boe ka ha re tswa ka ha re tswalla thulaganyo ya rona ka metshameko ko seraleng jaaka ke ne ke go solegeditse re gorogile mo tikologong ya rona ya bofelo e leng yone ya serala ditlhopha tsa rona tse pedi di tlabe di thulantsha ditlhogo jalo di re ga poko molotsana wa bone wa poko mme nna ke tlabe ke lebile mo go tshepang gore tse tsotlhe di tlabe di rarabololwa ke ene ke tla simolola ka setlhopha sa rona sa mokgalo gore ba re he molotsanyana wa bone wa poko
bua ka setso sa rona se ga rona mo Botswana ka re etsang hano re le bolelela re lotlegela ka dithamalakane le maele re hano ka molotsana wa rona wa dithamalakane ke na le sekgantshwana se sa me sa tudietswe ke re kgaola motho o monne ga rona se ga rona e re o tla se bona molotsana wa sona e be go na le poko go na le maele le dithamalakane kgaladiwe kgaola ho
ba kgaupeditse ke poko ya bone mme tlaanong tla re fe setlhopha se sengwe le sone sa moana sebaka sa gore le bone re utlwe gore ba re tshwaretse
a re ke a tsena nna mosebesi a kgaba mosimane ko ntswe mosimane ko dithabeng banna mosimane ko rra motshweneng mmina phuti banna ke le tshwaretse ngwao ke le tshwaretse dithamalakane ke le tshwaretse go le gontsinyana a re ga ke tsa le kgarebenyana kgarebe e ntle ba ra kgarebe e tla e mahepa bo bona tlase kgarebe e ao banna kgarebe
go monate go bona batswana e le bone ebileng ba tswang ka mafoko a mantle a ntseng jalo mme tla ke gore ke re motho re heleletsa thulaganyo ya rona jaana ka monate one wa poko e le gore o tswa gone mo ditlhopheng tse pedi tse mme tse tsotlhe ga di itsewe ke nna fe re boe ka ga re boe ga re tswa ka ga tshepang o tla anong a rarabolola tse tsotlhe
mo go 10 na le setlhopha se bidiwa mokgalo se bidiwa moana mo go moana le mogalo re tla dira jang number 1 ya rona re tla enela sekisi re tla enela borataro number 2 ya rona re tla enela bua re tla dira jana team mokgalo re tla enela number 1 re tla supa gore ka gore then team moana re tla enela number 2 ka gore team 1 ga re simolola ka diphoso tsa yone buka ka re mmoki ka gore a ba pota babogedi ba gagwe a ba pota ka ga a ba huralela le gore re ga bua a ba tsenya magoko a re sa tlhaloganyeng a bo asian mme ebile o katakata
mme re lebogile re tshapang ke magoko a mantle motswana ko lapeng a e leng gore moatlhodi wa rona wa hile tsona tse pedi tse mme a re pote ka ga e tla re boa ka ga yano re be re soboka gotlhe re bona gore ditlhopha tseo pedi di dirile ka tsela e ntseng jang go nnile monate re itisitse le ditlhopha tse pedi tse di phadisanya re tshameka metshameko ya Setswana mme kana mo phelelong ya letsatsi ke tshwanetse gore ke go fe jalo mofenyi wa thulaganyo ya rona mme dintlha di tsamaya ka tsela e ntseng jang setlhopha sa rona sa mokgalo se tsamaya jalo ka dintlha di le 41 fa setlhopha sa moana se tsamaela ga moragonyana wa itse ka dintlha di le 24 rona le ikutlwile jang le ithutileng gompieno le le bafenyi ba rona
ra leboga gore go botlhokwa go itse Setswana se ga rona le gone gore re na le tirekere ntsi ya gore re boele ga morago re go botsa bagolo sentle gore re tere go na le kitso e feteletseng
maagago magoko a bofelo
le nna ke motlatsa ke lemogile gore re ntse re tsaya gore re itse re Setswana go lebe ga re santse re le ko morago thata mo Setswaneng mo go rang gore tsenelele tota re batisitse ka Setswana sa borra rona re se itse re se tlhaloganye re se itsetse ko bane
mo go rang gore le solegetsa gore ra go tswa hala go ithuta go le gontsi
ra go ithuta go le gontsi
ke a le lebogisa tla re utlwa ka lona le ga le reteletse gone gore le ne bafenyi ba rona go nnile monate gore be re na le lona gompieno tla re utlwa maikutlo a lona gore lona le ithutile go le kae
tata re ithutile go le gontsi Setswana ke teme ya rona mebokete a e le rona bana ba maneka mme go tla re re itsose
mo go tla re le itsose wena rra etsheloko la go bona bofelo
tota ke rutegile matsatsi la gompieno mme sentse ke na le tironyana tshwanetse gore ke dire go le gontsi ke botse botlhogotshweu tota gore tota Setswana sa rona ra re se tswa kae tota
go nnile jalo motswana wetsho setlhopha sa rona se se fentseng se itumela ka tsela e ntseng jalo mme ka mmabae le pula re tla kgaotsa gone fa mme a re kopane gape mo thulaganyong ya rona nna ke Boinelo Modisa o tsile nna le maitiso a mantle
Welcome to all you bikeheads across the VW and the world at large. I'm your host, Khopane Nkwane, and you're tuned into the only show in the entire VW where we talk every single thing motorsport. There is nothing we do not cover. We cover profiles of bikes, we talk your accessories, your gadget, we got it all. So if you're a first timer when it comes to motor, this is a show for you.
Welcome, my man. My good goalkeeper. definitely Botswana was come here for a large amount of
got me very
This is a competition in which we have 4 categories: crump, hip-hop, b-boy, and popping and animation.
Felt just a bit more foundation on Lesville's side. I like the character coming from Easy. That was dope.
She got that mean thing sitting on that double wide. She see me mean, clean, chillin', I be double fly. I say, let's make a vine with you bouncing for the paper.
I came to this competition because I know there are not a lot of female dancers out there.
Hello and welcome to the show. This is Aretsugeng, a show that profiles as well as market SMMEs right here in Botswana. We ensure that we give them this platform to advertise themselves, as we know that marketing and advertising, market penetration really is very difficult in Botswana. So this show will be bringing you those SMMEs to give you an idea of what exactly it is that young people are getting up to in Botswana in business. My name is Orapile Kifikile and I will be bringing you all of that action.
Welcome to the 3 p.m. BTV News, live from Gaborone. I'm Lesego Mohutiwa. Topos Remo interprets in sign language. And in the news this hour, all international travel ceased. Coronavirus cases increase in South Africa. And a local athlete is recovering well after surgery. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Government has seized all travel for coronavirus hit countries in a bid to further protect Botswana from the possible spread of the in Botswana or in the country. In a message delivered this morning, the Vice President Slamba said the decision follows advice from the high-level COVID-19 task team chaired by President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi. Angela Inosa.
Botswana remains one of the very few countries that have thus far not recorded a single case of the coronavirus, leaving countries in awe, wondering what it is Botswana is doing right. Government pledges to continue coming up with measures to ensure that Botswana remains coronavirus and COVID-19 free.
The movement people visiting neighboring countries, including Lesotho and Swaziland, is restricted, with the exception of the movement of goods and services. Botswana and residents returning from these countries will be quarantined for 14 days with immediate effect. Travel to and from high-risk countries is prohibited. The following countries have been classified by the World Health Organization as high-risk countries: Australia, Austria, China, Chechnya, Denmark, France, Germany, Japan, Iran, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, United Kingdom, and United States of America. To this end, non-citizens and non-residents in those countries are prohibited from entering Botswana at any point of entry. Botswana citizens and residents returning from these high-risk countries will be subjected to mandatory quarantine for 14 days with immediate effect.
Businesses are at a standstill as establishments are temporarily shut down to keep people indoors and safe from being infected by the virus.
Bars and liquor restaurants will be closed, and only liquor bottles will remain open until further notice. This will be effected immediately.
Following fake social media reports that someone has tested positive for the coronavirus, the Vice President once again assures the nation that there is still no confirmed coronavirus case in Botswana.
So far, Botswana has not recorded any confirmed case of coronavirus, but I would like to urge members of the public to comply with all the measures that government takes. You will recall that during His Excellency's press conference last week, His Excellency the President emphasized that it is only a matter of time before COVID-19 arrives in Botswana. I want to reiterate that message today.
Botswana have been advised to remain calm and continue adhering to precautionary messages that help prevent the virus from making its way into the country. Angela Enosa, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Silebe-Pigwe District Health Management Team has expressed concern on the growing numbers of abortion cases, despite that there are contraceptive methods readily available at public hospitals. It is reported that 82 abortion cases have been registered in Silebe-Pigwe since the start of the year. Neo Bakile reports.
Statistics indicate an increase in abortion cases between 2018 and 2019 in Silebe-Pigwe district. 372 cases were registered in 2018, while in 2019 the cases increased to 393. Dr. Sharma says these numbers are not just statistics, but real cases which may in many instances result in negative health and social implications.
The program started since 2000. And the uptake is a bit lacking. The uptake is not really good. I don't know if people, they are reluctant to come and get it because it has been discussed to them. Like if I take a period a year, we have only 71 cases who came to collect it, apart for the rape case and suction. So we really want to emphasize people to come and get this contraceptive.
Emergency contraceptive pills are now available in all health facilities in Silebe-Pigwe, accessible to every woman who needs them. Dr. Sharma advises that they can only be effective when administered before consumption or fertilization. Therefore, it is imperative that women seek medical advice on time after indulging in unprotected sexual intercourse.
We have in Pigwe 3 facilities who are working 24 hours, the Botsabelo and the other one, Tapologo clinic, 24 hours, so they can access it. Other clinic, they work until R4, anytime they can go and access it.
However, these tablets do not prevent against sexually transmitted infections and HIV. Hence, the public is encouraged to continue using safe prevention methods. Dr. Sharma Stanley warns against self-prescription and administration of the emergency contraceptive pills without the doctor's advice, adding it might result in adverse implications. These hormonal pills, which are commonly used to prevent pregnancy, they can also be used as morning after pills or emergency contraceptive pills by taking 8 tablets within 72 hours of the act. Health practitioners warn that persistent usage is risky. Neo Baikile, BTV News, Silebe-Pigwe.
Some tourism businesses in the Chobe district say the region's proximity of 3 SADC countries is a high risk for them in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Khayole with the report.
Empty dining tables, hollow spaces. Before the COVID-19 pandemic ravaged the face of the earth, this place was filled to capacity. Laughter and conversation echoing through the dining hall as patrons came here to enjoy Botswana's beauty and have a good time. But the time around, that is not the case. Employees of these establishments find themselves with almost nothing to do, visibly worried as business come to a complete halt after the ban on international travel brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Almost 95% of our clients are international.
Almost 95% of our clients are international. You can imagine what that is to us when all the international travel has been stopped. The remaining 5% of our clients are from hosting conferences. And likewise, the government does not encourage gathering of more than 100 people. This means that our conferencing has also been really affected.
Conferencing has been really affected.
Head of Preventive Measures at Chobe DHMT, Dr. Mukadi, says health personnel have been deployed to screen all travelers at the 4 major borders in the district. Other authorities as well as government departments have come together and mobilized resources to this cause.
So we do screen the temperature, everyone who comes in. We screen using a non-contact thermometer to screen the temperature. And we have also a questionnaire, a number of questions we ask if you are aware that a coronavirus has the signs or symptoms like a flu.
The leadership and other stakeholders have since met twice to discuss a way forward, as well as disseminating information to the public. At the same time, minimizing the risk associated with the spread of the coronavirus.
The first meeting was for all of us.
On our first meeting, we came together as stakeholders affected by the coronavirus in the district. We had gathered departments such as immigration, police, tourism, BTO, and government departments to come and have mutual understanding of the press release as different stakeholders in the district.
Understanding of the press release.
Immigration officers have cautioned the public to minimize travel unless it is absolutely necessary to do so. We do not have much entry of people from the affected countries. They are few. We also saw a drop in the number of tourists. The figures we have here show that a lot of the tourists have gone back to their respective countries. Though currently there are no known cases in the country, the public is advised to exercise caution during this uncertain time. BTV News, Kasani.
The police say they are ready to enforce government's precautionary measures in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. This comes after the police observed some gatherings that contravene the new measures imposed to control the spread of the coronavirus. Kibadiretse Motlosi with the story.
Law enforcement officers were working around the clock over the weekend to disperse gatherings at public places as some people failed to comply with new precautionary measures to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. The Botswana Police Public Relations Officer, Assistant Commissioner Dipeku Mutube, says the police are disappointed at those who disregard efforts to fight the spread of coronavirus. It is upon every Botswana to take responsibility in the fight against the spread of coronavirus to Botswana. People don't have to only comply for the sake of the law. The country had to amend regulations that control the operation of liquor stores. Governments can impose statutory instruments at any time, depending on the nature of the situation at that time. Right now, liquor businesses must abide by these regulations, regardless of their trading license agreements. But how safe are law offenders in this situation? We are well informed on precautionary measures. We will ensure that our customers are safe from possible infections of COVID-19 at all times.
Re babalesega ka didirisiwa tse re di tshotseng ka kitso e rileng e leng gore re setse re yamile mabapi le dikgang tsa COVID-19.
The government has intensified its fight against COVID-19 disease, even though there are still no confirmed cases in Botswana. Kibadirezi Mutlosi, TV News, Gaborone.
And now to neighboring South Africa, where Health Minister Zweli Mkhize has confirmed that the number of coronavirus cases in the country has grown to 554. The number of confirmed cases jumped by 152 from yesterday, the single largest jump in diagnosed cases. The case was confirmed on the 5th of this month. This happened as South Africa prepares for a one-day lockdown starting at midnight on Thursday in a bid to slow down the spread of the virus to ensure the health system is not overwhelmed. The lockdown will shut down most of South Africa's industries besides essential services of safety and security, food and distribution, telecommunications and electricity. All South Africans are urged to stay at home and avoid physical contact during this time. Minister Mkhize says the number of patients testing positive for corona is expected to increase before the virus is contained. Now in sport, local 400-meter runner Kabetsi Nkobolo is said to be recovering well after going through an operation following a car crash over the weekend. Nkobolo underwent operation on Monday. The Vice President Administration of the Botswana Athletics Association, Wabon, says Nkobolo underwent the surgery and is recovering well. He says the athlete is likely to be discharged in 2 days' time. Nkobolo was involved in a car accident to Babulu Kitebe after the car they were using lost control and crashed. So far, Nkobolo has attended has competed in the All Africa Games, the Commonwealth Games, the World Relays, and the Rio Olympics in 2016.
Nkobolo na bona ino khobalo ile gore ne a mo patletsa gore a iphitlhela le ko ba bonga ko ana ra golagana le batsadi ba gagwe mme ba re bolela gore nya ona a tsena mo operationeng o ile gore I would say gongwe the sensation ya gagwe e boetse go se go le ga ke teding system ne ile e ke tike yone e gongwe e babaletse mme he's stable le mabana he will get soon. Just a day after the accident, the incident, on Sunday, the three psychologists, sports psychologists, the whole team, as administrators, on one-on-one basis ba kopana rona ka gore ba ntse ba re ba mo semo sa goreng era mogele gore go diragetse mme what is the way forward.
Matchroom Boxing company promoter Eddie Hen says many boxers will quit the game due to coronavirus crisis.
On Monday, the British Boxing Board of Control extended suspension of events until May, and a number of major fights have already been cancelled. Hearn expects many boxers to have to get different jobs in the future. The impacts of the coronavirus pandemic have already seen Hearn cancel fights involving Sunderland welterweight Josh Kelly and also Newcastle lightweight Lewis Ritson. If there are no events, companies will not make money and the athletes will not get prize money. This in turn will put a lot of fighters in predicaments where they have to give up the sport of boxing at a lower level because there's no income. The Matchroom Boxing company that promotes world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and also produces shows around the world has highlighted that these are uncertain times for every sport. Anthony Joshua is due to defend his world titles against Kubrat Pulev on June 20th at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, although Hearn has already said that this could be moved back to July because Tottenham may still be playing the Premier League matches then if the crisis stays clear. Dumelo Tafila, BTV Sport.
And news just in is that an International Olympic Committee member, Dick Pound, says the Tokyo 20 Olympic and Paralympic Games have been postponed to 2021 because of the coronavirus pandemic. And on that note, recap our top stories. In an effort to protect Botswana, government has ceased international travel to all coronavirus-hit countries. Coronavirus patients in South Africa increased to 554. In sport, local 400-meter athlete Unkabetse Mkobolo is recovering well after surgery following a car crash. And that's the news this hour. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
Welcome to Star Kids, our program that unearths different talents of kids from different parts of the country. Please join us on this 13-episode series where we unpack these different talents.
Re tla be re rekolola dithamalakane thutapuo re botsisana dipotso jalo ka ditso le bojanala jwa rona re be re konentella thulaganyo ya rona ko seraleng.
Monna yo motelle ra hipo.
Potso ya rona ntse yana ya re tinangwe potso wa lebelela thulaganyo ya sa rona mo Now TV sa ga rona metshameko ka kgaisano ya Setswana teme ya rona. Black butterfly, who are you calling to?
My name is Mposibina and I'm a singer-songwriter. Yeah, I sing for a living. I make music for a living.
Black butterfly, where are you flying to? Black butterfly, who are you calling to? Across the water, I hear you call. Like a silent whisper, you're disregarding my peace. Try to ignore you, but I don't get motive. So I'll be drowning towards you, won't you intercept me, my sweet?
When I got to university, I was really experimenting a lot with studio and also writing. That's why I wrote Love's Light. I have an honors degree in international business. I graduated, but I was still in and out of studio until I came home and I had a full-time job, but I was still recording. And then at some point I decided to quit my job and follow music.
Do you like hum the song first, or is it like the lyrics first? Like, how does it come to you?
I mean, it happens in different ways, but usually
songs come out if I hear music first.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I hear something really awesome, I'll start writing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be like music that's produced for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could just be listening to music on the radio and then I'll write some stuff. Some of my biggest achievements as an artist, as a musician, would be getting to perform on different stages outside of the country. I was recently in Ghana, and it was really surprising to find people who know my music out there, and it was really, really nice. I get to perform in South Africa a lot, and also I've been making a lot of music for films and ads, and so the whole thing is growing in spaces and in leaps and bounds that I would have never thought, never imagined. So being an artist in modern day Botswana right now is really exciting. Our creative industry is really growing, from fashion to music to film. It's really, really exciting right now, and I'm super excited to be a part of it. The advice that I'd have for the next generation of music is to stay focused on your passions and work at them every day with all that you have, with whatever you have, because I know it's usually quite tough financially in the beginning, but just to keep on. Also just to stay true to you, to where you come from, and, you know, find a way to tell stories that are relevant to where you're from. I feel like it's really important for us, especially telling African Setswana narratives.
Welcome, my man. My good goalkeeper. The great meeting in Ghana was.
Nothing beats good food. Food and cars. I need a rating. This is like a chef. Food is not just about eating. Can I say something? I cannot disappoint the chef. Gary. Chicken.
Cotton blue.
Have you ever wondered why people are super crazy about cars, expensive cars, vintage cars, classic cars?
I've owned more than 30 Subarus.
You're crazy about cars.
A car is an extension of one's personality.
If you drive a classic car, you can have respect, so I need to be respected for it.
You really have to be born with it.
Then we try put them back to factory original, and then we export them out of Botswana to South Africa mainly. Some even go back to Australia.
It's crazy, isn't it? Well, to me, both these cars are absolutely amazing and fantastic. You have to love the car culture we've got coming up in BW. Can I please get an amen?
re mo kgotleng ya dilaene mo Mahalape mme tiro ya letsatsi e simolola 30 morago ga nako ya botlhano mo mosong.
Mo Segaroneng re na le kgomo e gotweng Tšhinyaza melomo, e kgomo e tswang pele e yang go bula melomo ya bagogwadi.
Pakistan ke go mo go bonda masika.
Nna ke itumeletse ya la gore ga ke na charge e ke na le yone ke datse bona ke re ke rata tsamaiso ya Setswana.
E tletse ya phophomankgwa setsola e bona ditšhaba e tletse tsina e tletse mana e tletse monate nkgwa setso e tletse talente e tletse boiragatsi e tletse pina a Setswana e tletse poko metshameko ya serala yone ga ke bue e tletse dio di le dintsi ke a lelela jaaka thotse na le nkgwa setso ke bua ka nkgwa ya setso ke bua ka nkgwa ya setso a re tobetsa o bule television o itenele tobetsa o iponele bontle jane o tla kopana le Setswana o tla kopana le Mmadidotsi o kopana
Sorry, Likan. Hari tiba tinggal. Kau tu nak? Ya, mana? Baru lo makan apa?
Kini segi batang untuk channel lui. Wah, mana kau kini hai kau kerat?
I know what that means. It means
Where's the movie? Well, you want to go to the hotel. You live here. It's so hard.
Ya gonza.
Ami matapati.
Nya, let's ra go ka tsema bana.
Le nchahatse. Ke ba ka live ga isa so hala ja.
Ranya. Tata baka.
O netefatse gore a bo botsogo na sa ka le tlo seng.
Yeah.
Sia.
Ari ga gape ba bo buenyano go ne morena o rai tsale ka mo a re go se matapa a wa tara tumitse ka kwa
a be pele kgotla
ya ra tumetse ke riba kwa
ya re diralo moshima Ragolo e re simolla go thiba ka
Mr. Ronald, ke re ke tla utlwa gore o ntse o tsamaya gae ka kganyeng.
Yeah, what's up, man? Kumpuleli, what happened to your sister's children?
Kotsi, Mr. Ronald.
Kotsi, what kind of accident?
Ba bone kotsi, ne le kotsi e masisi tota. Mo dimageng tse di fetileng tsele. No, so a ela mo kganyeng ya teng a mme gone tiro e tla dirwala.
Yeah, but I'm going to need a few things. Casey, it's not an easy task.
Mr. Bernard, I would say, it's all over corners.
Yeah, but tiro ye we mpatleng eo ya dipampiri yo di tsamaye a still mo
so o tlhokana le
bona ke tla dira I'll do it but I don't like it. I am a good man.
nne le motho ke siameng gore la nako tse dingwe diemo di kgona go lela di go digala mo dilong tse dingwe
ya ne dia
so la gore o tla e dira okay ke le mogile
Wow.
Hey.
How's it?
Yeah. How's everything? Hey. This is depressing. I can't believe I'm still at that home. There are a few things I need to take care of.
Oh, what are some books for
Sort of.
Para que vayas a comprar el seguro que te van a dar.
I want.
Anyway, that's it. It's a tlhaloganyo ya gago hela ke re. It's a mogopolo. Then I'll be waiting.
I have to finish what I've started.
When?
I don't know.
Can't tell me when. Ke mo sa dire.
Ke a leka.
Zuri, you must know that. Ke go emeno ke eng ka nako tsotlhe. Okay.
Halena juice. Red grape.
Red grape out of stock, Renale, mango and orange.
Gongwe kana cranberry.
Cranberry gai, Yornale, mango and orange.
Mango and orange you gotta get nyana. I gave it we came very sweet.
Sweetie, tabuka he.
Something is a trouble.
Trouble. Zorgi, eu tenho só lá agora how quando panas was no sabat.
No problem, mama. Porque sai de tudo. Para vai até tudo vamos supor.
Not really. No.
Are you sure?
Hey, I mean, kimangalo we put ngala ko la bato bergen store.
Nyame kona go tsana kera go tsana di baba nna mo la pemba ya la nga sa ira sepe. Tlhola ntsela.
Kan o bua ka boto.
Be ba boto. Ntsuru boto. Those chocolates. So ka dira ga nyu. Ayo ka mo bona hartso mo. Mo ya bande ne go ne rubiela nga batho. Hartso mo. Amande konjena for separate.
No, but thanks for the offer here, I guess.
I'm sure.
Are you asking me out?
I don't know, but for some drinks.
Oh, so you are really asking me out?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So that's all right. All right, bye.
Bye.
So my man, so are you sure you don't want to pay me my money? King.
Boss.
Come in here.
What's up, busy?
We have a problem.
Problem? What problem?
King, we have a situation in our hands that needs our immediate attention. It's an ASAP.
Situation? I'm listening.
Biggie.
Biggie is some fun all last stuff.
The one and only. That boy owes me money. He doesn't want to pay up. He's a whole day overdue.
Biggie's the leader of the other gang, and that's a big problem.
It's not a big problem for you, right?
Busy one kids money. It's not a problem at all.
So this is what I want you to do.
Sure, boss.
Go over to Biggie's spot. I want you to kill Biggie. I want you to kill him. I want to send a strong message. You don't mess with Busy. You don't mess with my money.
After this, I got it.
Go out there, make me proud.
wena mfuni ke tsa gore o bentšha ka mona ka nto wena o itse gore o ntsa ka ditšha
gore a ditšha tsa ene mene a yona ke nthusa ka rona le mathata le nna o nna ntshetse morago a paolwa ke sekene ke o ntsosetsa modumo ga o nao yaka wa itsa kere no
a na la ke bola ke gore ke tsamaya ke tshepa mongwe le mongwe ke tlhankanang le se itse gore ka tong
Ana re a ba go se boko sa nne. Pili. Are? Es pili sa.
Ya hore ke spisa. Ana za hore ke bona ruile. Za hore ke bona.
Amana ke itshelela u. Iphandle.
Iphandle?
Eh.
Akere go na mara bo futhi. Umpolela gore wa tloga le ditsa go spina go motho go ana ke futhi. Re simola go spina tšhao. O nyatsa spinning se ne ngwana.
Go le da ditwe a simo ka sabe bang ka spanner mfito go. Spanner le go tlhoka degree sa ke ka degree sa.
Mona o le dia go tlogetse ka jari ya futhi. Gore iphandlele.
Iphandlele ke bona bona ka tse makgarakgatshane gona na. Ke re ya re ke sebe ke re ke sa lone. Ke bona mali.
O tsa gore wa phandle.
Matago ke.
Tsa gore wa phandle. Tsa gore o tlhele. Mare ke di. Gona go spina ya la tlhamo. O go spina ka tsone ditšhawa tse go nna taetsa. O nyatsa spinning sa tšhawa
na mathata le nna. Nna ke dumela go teng madi ko pele. Gora ke fantsentse ya madi ko pele rasta o. Ala mo bonye. Ke rang go di grifela mo tsego go tswa.
Sulo ko yo nkhoisi. Oro go di. Wa da ona phile. Fast. Shot.
Shot ro go tsale ba go di tseba kgarakgatshane ke tsetse ba.
Wa da di shortcut en fana. Shortcut a di etse go teng.
O dira the shortcut. The long cut.
Ya ka e thola le itaka na tla re itlhela tse re ntse re le gona re khenka.
O le tlo ro ba re.
Go na matlhalenyana a go. Go na matlhalenyana a go.
O ba re o re ba keleke.
Go ise.
Ka go go tse lo nyane. Oh. Bora ka wa se nyo ire ngo no.
Ah si me ke etsa maga. Ke ne ire gore dai di gona go tsamaya ke nna mona ke bankanya ka gore ke phatla sa.
A itse se bush mechanic.
Yes.
Ora. O half break straight. Ora stiro half aso. A ver o que se. Ora o play, ora para la ni. La para mi. Buona ora. Wow. Era il suo sempre ya go batela magunya.
Yo ora stress bra. Ata da tu pique. Wala ta. Ya ga go phosia le. Ku go phosia
shapa thatheleka.
Le ba tsa toro. Go go ya ka kora di la ida ka. Se ba go di tsa go tsa ditaba. Shere.
Kimane nna go sepana nako tse mo ibra go se go mpola wa itse
Bara gona nako e peo ka sepana gape kan. This is the best time.
Can they me gone why?
There's no other time you can make more money than now. Kana gona na rekisetsa batho ba tagilweng. Or you can give them any price that you want. Hana sepe. And o batla sa se batlanyela. They don't care.
Okay.
So stop complaining, fan.
No, it's not like I complain. In fact, I actually need that extra money.
Plus, you can buy a nice car with it.
No, it's get like a color. I mean, Chiraga and Machinyana.
If you need pussy, you just buy it. It that states.
No, you don't get it. What don't I
get it?
Though imagine sleeping alone at night and not having anyone to talk to. Hey, one polar dead in your day.
Eish, TT.
nothing beats good food. Food and cars. I need a rating. Chef. Food is not just about eating.
Can I say something?
I cannot disappoint the chef. Chicken.
Cotton blue.
At least ke yona original.
Me, es tu buen niño que viene en el que va loco.
No, okay, bona. Okay, bona skhomso nko ka mo rinya ke bole senepese.
Ntete mouse. Selina. Lisipa. Ke mphale mo. Leswele sa ntse ba tla mo ga mo.
Selina ke mme.
A se mo le mo mo re ke sitse. Ka di tema. Go le diso.
Go swetse di tema.
Hello and welcome to the second season of The Rising Star.
Gore tumela moto o ka kgona go mo dira motlhofo go tswa ke gore a be malete le thabiso mokalake ka fa tlase ga dikilometara tse di setseng tse ba ka tswela sekgala.
This is The Rising Star, aimed to motivate you, the youngsters at home, to participate in various sporting codes.
Nekile ko Spain ka 2018.
Before I went to Australia, we traveled through Dubai.
So much excitement, so much fitness, so much zeal.
irile kwa morago ba itatolla ba ga mmangosadinyana ba ta ba boela mo Botswana go tlisa mahumo re le neela tshireletso ka ne ba gabile ditemane mo Botswana ba ne ba di gabi bona gore mo Botswana ba ka anya sengwenyana mo teng isalaka ba tsa tshireletso ba kopana ba tsa ditšhaka tsa bone go tlhabanantwa ba lantshana le maburu ba ba kobela kgakala isalaka ngwago wa 1960 Botswana ba tsa boipusi ithelle le gompieno gore na thoga mo le boitumelo ka tsatsi lone le folaga ya Botswana e ne a phaphasela sedipeolwane le paupau ya nna le mebala e le meraro mala ya ntlha ya nna yo motala e le sekao sa metsi a itshekileng ga latela mmala yo mosweu ona gore mo Botswana ba rata kagiso baagisane le letlole mmala yo montsho wa tla ko morago o digoga ko mogateng gore re maaforika rona bana ba thari e ntshonyana mmata kgomo ko dumela o etse mogatasedi pelo tso o beela manno mmata sa go se bone mono ngwaga go tlabe go leba yo sebete go tlabe go šwa legong go sala molao ka Botswana teba a ipela dingwaga tse di 50 a ntse a ipusa o leboge bo leng teng jwa dikgosi tse tharo tse tsa go lwela bubu le a tshela Botswana go le isa ko boipusong jwa Popota a re ke mathe ke tshwane ke a thintha ke a thinthinyetsa ke mpa ke a pampanyetsa ke mampa a kolobe ke mosetha ke a sethagala a kondele mephirido stao tsela dikgobong di re yona ya tsamaya ke nna ngwana ga mathokwana le nao le ntsho le nao le mo tseleng molapo montsho molo go tolwang ke banna e re basadi ba o tola batswa le makgabe ke phiri ya ga magongwe phiri e ntshonyana
The band expresses different genres of music through live performance.
I sing for love, I sing for joy, I sing for you.
I love
music
that.
and art mo go nna ke tharabollo ya duo tse le gore di marara moya wa me wa re
Over the years, the Botswana market has been experiencing a significant growth in locally made products. In this exciting 13-episode show, we'll be celebrating and finding out how local producers are doing in the economy.
Not only do we do fiberglass bathtubs, we repair a whole range of fiberglass products.
There are Botswana who are doing amazing, innovative things.
We support local businesses. The bulk of the money that they make, it's retained within the local economy.
ever wondered why people are super crazy about cars, expensive cars, vintage cars, classic cars?
I've owned more than 30 Subarus.
You're crazy about cars.
A car is an extension of one's personality.
If you drive a classic car, you can have respect, so I need to be respected for it.
You really have to be born with it.
Then we put them back to factory original, and then we export them out of Botswana to Stanley. Some even go back to Australia.
It's crazy, isn't it? Well, to me, both these cars are absolutely amazing and fantastic. You have to love the car culture we've got coming up in BW. Can I please get an amen?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Benson Puteho. This is 3-in-1 Motor Show, and we are here at Voshe Motors with Peter Bed. Peter, welcome.
Thank you very much, Benson. Good to be here again.
It's yet an edition of this showcasing of luxury cars, performance cars. I'm going to leave it to you now to tell us today. I see the two beasts here, one behind me, one behind you. Just tell our viewers at home what exactly are we talking about today?
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Benson. Today we've selected two Mercedes-Benz G-classes, so called the Geländewagen in Germany. Both the performance versions, different models and years. Behind me, this side, we've got the 2011 G55, and behind you on that side, we've got a 2016 G63 vehicle, which is a 5.5-litre bi-turbo vehicle. Both high performance, luxury, comfort, and amazing image. So Benson, the whole thing between these vehicles, the original design was done for the armies. And it is a vehicle that was designed that can literally go anywhere. It is a 4-wheel drive vehicle that is equipped with 3 diff locks, front, center, and rear, which in effect just means no matter what the environment that you drive in, whether it is snow, mud, mountains, rocks, you can adjust it to accommodate for whatever is needed, and you can keep going. Whilst doing that, the development through the years, when we come to these now, have become a lot more luxurious. So where the old ones was a very rugged, hard driving, rough vehicle, this has now come along and it's given that tough image. And it has got that tough stance. However,
it does look tough.
It does. But however, it does allow you the comfort so you can go anywhere and enjoy the ride.
Some of my friends, when you talk about cars, discussing about the AMG, especially the G-Wagon, they talk about this particular make of a car as more of a prestige. Let us talk about that prestige look that this car gives you. Why is it different from the other versions of the SUVs on the AMG Mercedes-Benz?
You know what, Benson, when you look at these vehicles, most of your luxury cars are very refined, very gentle, very soft. But if you go and look at your people that really have money, they want that tough exterior. They want people to get a fright if they come in behind them quite quickly. So if you're driving on the road and you're doing 80 kilometers an hour and one of these beasts approaches at 100 and 120 kilometers an hour behind you, you make space very quickly. So the appearance gives that aggressive, bold look that makes people say, look at me, I'm here. And also, get out of my way, I want to get going.
These are animals, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at the AMG versions, the G-Wagons themselves. Peter says these are performance cars. They've got 3 D-flocks. They can go anywhere in the world, whatever the terrain. Rest assured, you will get wherever you want to go. Let's talk about the engine, the performance on the G-Wagon, the 55.
Okay, so starting on the engine on this vehicle, you've got a handcrafted engine. And the nice part about the handcrafted engine is the detail that go into it. So you've got a specific person who puts his name on this engine after he's done, which means he takes responsibility.
Okay, let me take you back. We're going to simplify it. A handcrafted engine. Correct. What do you mean when you say the engine is handcrafted?
Every single part of this engine is assembled by hand. Okay. So you get certain machines that manufacture certain parts, but those parts are literally put together by one man's 2 hands, which means if ever something seriously goes wrong and a normal technician can't sort it out, they can pinpoint the technician that built this engine, and they can actually bring that guy in from Germany and they can sort it out because he knows exactly what he's done on that engine. Correct.
Put the horsepower on this car. What can this car do on the 5.5 liter? Is it turbocharged even?
It is compressor. Okay. So the compressor and the turbo, a little technical, so I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. Okay. But both of them works together with the air that gets compressed in. Okay. Now remember, with fuel that goes into an engine, it needs to ignite for the engine to work. Okay. With fuel that needs to ignite, the more oxygen it gets, the better it ignites. Okay. Now, on the 55, originally started at around about 260 kilowatt, and upgraded on this version about a year or 2 prior to this to around about 370, 378 kilowatts, keeping in mind, you do have a 2.5 ton vehicle. Okay, so 2,500 kilos more or less that need to get moving with your weight then still added on, and however many passengers you've got in there. Okay. And if you're going on an off-road terrain with a seriously steep incline, it's got the power to get you there.
Fair enough. To my right, the G63. Monster itself. I see it's written here, right here. V8 bi-turbo. Correct. And there's no bi-turbo that side. No. It's naturally included. This is the V8 bi-turbo 63. Tell us more the difference on the engine on this particular one.
So on this particular one is the 5.5 liter bi-turbo. A few years ago, Mercedes-Benz did a bit of a change. The 63 was always known as a 6.3 liter engine, although it was only a 6.2. Okay. But the of 63 became an icon for Mercedes-Benz. And later on, with technology as well as the CO2 emissions being responsible and still wanting to give the power, Mercedes-Benz have upgraded technology to such a point that they added on the 5.5 liter engine with a bi-turbo, which gives you more performance than the old 6.2 liter V8 with better fuel economy.
The kilowatt output here, what are we looking at?
Kilowatt output on this one, as you're looking here for the 2015-16 model, was around about 420 kilowatt, which is now on the 2019 model been upgraded to just over 430 kilowatts.
10 more kilowatts.
10 more kilowatts added on. So a tremendous amount combined with an amazing gearbox that just handles like a dream.
What can you expect the minute you get into this particular car? Okay, both of them, because I'm sure the difference is much of a muchness, almost the same. What can you expect when you start the engine, get into this car, hit the road, whatever terrain? What sort of one anticipate?
You can anticipate to feel the road, number one. It is not a vehicle that is designed to completely hide the road from you. It gives you the experience of driving. It is a vehicle that is completely unique in its feel. It doesn't hide what's around you. You feel it. You feel a bit of body movement. And a lot of people get scared of this vehicle because when you start feeling that body movement, they expect that this vehicle is going to topple over. But it will not. This vehicle is designed that you can handle corners at good speeds.
Thank you.
Just as you can do with the off-road driving.
A lot of information, a lot of insights by Peter here of Vosha Motors here in Gaborone. We are talking about the G-Wagons, serious power, AMG When you come back from the break, we need to start these cars. We need to rev the engine, feel the horsepower, the testosterone, and the mobility that we are looking to experience.
This is a dance competition in which we have 4 categories: crump, hip-hop, b-boy, and popping and animation.
Felt just a bit more foundation on Lesville's side. I like the character coming from Meezy. That was dope.
She got that mean thing sitting on that double wide. She see me mean, clean, chillin', I be double fly. I say, let's make a vine with you bouncing for the paper.
I came to this competition because I know there are not a lot of female dancers out there.
Peter, what a car.
It's amazing, eh? Just to experience that brute acceleration. And imagine you felt that handling now. How you feel the body wanting to lean in it, and then it just sticks to the road. Just sticks like glue.
And the body's not going anywhere. It's only leaning. And now let's get into the car now, in terms of the interior of the car.
Yes.
Tell us about the interior of these two beasts.
So both of the vehicles are equipped with seats where you've got various settings that you can on both of them, you'll find, for instance, on the 63, you've got the air conditioner that works through the seats, both hot and cold air. So, for instance, with our beautifully hot weather that we've got in Gaborone at the...
Is it beautiful?
Hey, it's still beautiful. Okay. We love the rain, but it's still beautiful.
Pressing the buttons. Let's talk about the dashboard. It's like your theater. I want to call the dashboard the theater. What you see there, the experience there. Tell us more about that one.
Just in line with the dashboards talking about that, starting with the G55, the older model, to the current one.
Okay.
On this one.
They're almost the same.
Correct. Now you'll see vast differences in what's been done to the telematics. So your radio. The old radio screen used to be nice down in the center.
Okay.
The newer one, you'll see they've got a separate screen that's been added to the top, somewhat elevated, with a center control button down at the bottom, which makes it a bit easier. You don't need to lean over.
Okay. Let us talk about the sound. Harman Kardon.
Yes.
What is special about Harman Kardon in the AMG, the G-Wagon, and a lot of other Mercedes-Benz?
So if you look at the Harman Kardon sound versus the others, your standard sound systems normally comes with anywhere between 6 and 8 speakers. Your Harman Kardon normally starts between 8 and goes up to 12 or 14 speakers. So no matter how loud you put the music, you don't get that irritating sound in your ears. It doesn't hurt your ears. And you can, even with loud music in the Harman Kardon system, you can still have a conversation.
We've got, in Botswana, we've got the Okavango Delta, we've got those areas. Are you saying those streams of waters, this car can actually drive through the mud, drive through these waters, drive through the shrubs, the bushes, and what we have here, go to the Mashatu or whatever area in this country that is a bit mountainous or hilly and it's rockish? Can this car maneuver through? Can it go to the sands of the Kalahari and the dunes? What can this car do?
This car can do anything. So specifically, if you look at the 63 and the 55 standing here, it has the lower air vents. So you will not submerge this vehicle into deep water because you will have water going in. You do have the options, for instance, your G300, your real 4x4 that people use. So it doesn't have all the luxuries. They've got the snorkel that goes up on the sides, and it takes the air in from the top. So there you can go into deep waters because you will not have water coming into your engine.
Now, one of the features that I've always admired about the G-Wagon, the exhausts, the double barrels. Yes. They're almost protruding to the sides, right beneath the rear doors. Why that? Why this aesthetic feature?
You know what, irrelevant of technical, just the feeling of, if you've ever driven a 63 Mercedes-Benz performance vehicle, 90% of the joy of that vehicle is hearing that sound.
Okay.
And maybe it's a good thing that we let the people hear what this sounds like.
There you go. I don't know if you're ready. Peter says he wants to unleash the beasts or the animal in these beasts. This is the G-Wagon AMG. Ladies, please start the car. May we start with the G55?
Yes.
Wow. Please, if you don't mind, just rev it a bit. Let's hear the sound. There you go. That is the beast, the G-Wagon G55 AMG. Thank you, my lady. You may switch it off. Peter, what a sound.
Beautiful, like that deep grumbling. Such an awesome sound. That just talks to a man.
From my left, go to my right.
Yes.
My lady, please do the honors. Let's just listen to that. Listen to the G63 now, a bi-table now. Go. There's actually a slight difference. All of them, when they roar like a lion, there's actually a slight difference. The naturally aspirated one that is compressed is a bit heavier. The turbo one here has got the same sort of sound, but it's a bit more subtle, but still aggressive in the same manner. Please, my lady, rev it for us. Let's hear that. You feel that? You feel that? Wow. Peter, my lady, also start your car. I think let's hear what has to be done. Wow. Rev them for us. Let's hear the sound. Rev them for us. Let's hear the sound. Wow. Wow.
An orchestra.
It's an orchestra.
It's so beautiful.
It's an orchestra. Peter, thank you so much for the beautiful insights.
Benson, thank you very much again for joining us.
Ogo, ona le madi a go duela ramapodisi kana chatereke ke ra le tšhono.
So, Faith, o ntirela profile nyana gore ke tle ke bone gainyana
e tle re ke ntse bona bolaosunyana bo ba go thama ke tlo itse gore thone o kgabotse gone ke na le lenyaranyana la go hopa
What a head. You and Ditsile can give the Kardashian sisters a run.
That was Benson sharing with us why the masterclass is so popular, expensive, and why every Mozona wants to have it. Well, this is 3-in-1. I'm Lokham Lalabata, and as see, we are about to head to Palapa where it is also happening. I am talking about Spin City, so take a look at what happened once we got there. So a lot of people have been referring this spinning as a sport. Why do you guys say it's a sport?
It's a sport because it's a game that people, some of us do it for a living, some of us do it for the love of it. It's a passion game. It's it's any other sport. Like it's a game that you play with a car.
Oh, okay. But what's the motive for spinning cars? Is it for entertaining, for educating? What exactly is happening?
It's also for safety driving. That I must say. And to people at home, do not try it at home because it's a very dangerous sport. So you need to learn very hard. So it also helps you to safety while driving as well. Your and all that, your focus while driving, you need to learn your car and know how to defense driving.
Having been interested in sports for quite a few years now, I've developed to kind of embrace the sport. I've come to love the sport. I'm always with men and the adrenaline is just amazing. Yeah. It's such a beautiful art to do. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to actually be the first female in actually try it and show other females, you know what, whatever they can do, we can do as well.
You know, finally, at least our presidents and other people have recognized us and recognized this type of sport. So by doing that, then it gave us a very much advantage because we were doing it on the street, on the roads, and it was not safe. That's why we then said, no, guys, you know what? Let's get committed and be as one, and you know, do this the safe way. You see?
Yeah. And exactly, what does it take for one to be good at this? So what should they do? What shouldn't they do?
Like I said, commitment, drugs-free. You don't take drugs when you go into this, and you must be very committed because this is a sport that will take you out of a lot of things and be very committed to it. And if you take it very seriously, it pays very well.
From Limpopo, ladies and gentlemen. So how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm great. How was the whole spinning off?
No, I'm enjoying my game.
Is it?
Yes.
And how long have you been doing this for? So why is it so important for you to be spinning cars?
No, for me it's just an entertainment.
It's just entertainment?
Yes.
Is it? So you wouldn't choose to have this as a career?
Sorry?
You wouldn't choose to have this as a career?
Just that when I grow up, I saw some people doing this on the street. So I decided to join them, but you know, you need to do on a safe place whereby you can hurt other people.
You're all the way from Limpopo to Botswana. Why was it important for Limpopo to be part of Botswana?
No, most people are my friends. Yes.
Okay.
And then we just met at the shows.
All right.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, thank you.
The chance to spin a car yourself, right? And I must say I was impressed, the audience was impressed, you know, and you know, yeah, so you're basically daring and challenging and to show people that it is still possible to actually spin cars despite the disability. So for you, are you feeling right now, and what message were you trying to send to the audience?
I'm over the moon right now. I want every other child, grown person out there with a disability to don't feel down on yourself. Don't let people let the words get to you. Don't let the depression get to you. Just find something that can lift your spirits, whether it's a bicycle, or it's taking a run, or it's spinning a car, or just anything, any sport which you like, painting, arts and crafts, just anything. Don't let people get you down, and just go for it. Go big or go home.
Anything is possible.
Now the Amphi of Palape has joined us, so welcome. And you actually went with this very car for spinning. How was the experience?
Thank you very much. This is very interesting. I've been into one of the cars. Initially, I was a bit afraid. I was reluctant to go in, but I've come out of the car right now, but it is marvelous. This is a massive event. This is a splendid event. And I think as Palape people, we need to have this event every year. It should be an annual event, because tell you what, as a government, you are experiencing challenges of eradicating poverty, challenges of unemployment, and it is so pleasing, it's so interesting that Palape youth, they've taken it upon themselves to create jobs for themselves, to try to rid themselves of poverty that is debilitating this country. I'm quite impressed as the member of parliament for Palape to see this happening in my own heart.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
What's your favorite car so far?
Na favorite car me ki BMW ngwa E90 go lo go thokolosi BMW ya spina itile gore ki enjoy tota ga ke mo thokela ta mo tsa madonyana me hela go mpieno ga ke go thaile go bokelega.
So o rata BM kana ene thokolosi monga koloi?
Nya ke lemogile gore ka ha balance ka teng ka ha e diriswang ka teng ga ga isa tse dingwe so mo go dirile gore ke rata hela thata le ka ha monga na e dirisang ka teng gore a ke suspension a teng ha ntse di dukolo ga yana wa khona bana gore nya me e ka ema e ka reng but e go spensa gore it has been stable for nako e ntsi and medisa ka ha bana ba re dira ka teng gompieno na go nka ba re ile go re tsara mo melato ba ke ha ra entertain hela re sna la ya le mathatara.
Hello and welcome to the show. This is Aretsuge, a show that profiles as well as SMMEs right here in Botswana. We ensure that we give them this platform to advertise themselves, as we know that marketing and advertising, market penetration really is very difficult in Botswana. So this show will be bringing you those SMMEs to give you an idea of what exactly it is that young people are getting up to in Botswana in business. My name is Orapile Kifikile, and we'll be bringing you all of that action.
Most African folk or fables have a moral point to them. They may be used to inform, educate, or entertain. This is me on a camping visit to the flora and fauna abundant habitat of Shakawe, just to learn about the way of life.
Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Chiwele. Chiwele was a stubborn and passionate young lady.
My dear child, it is time we consider moving from this place.
Why, Grandma? How can we just leave this house? You know it's the most beautiful in the village.
Oh, my child, you know August have started taking over the village. It is a matter of time before they realize we are hiding in here.
No, Grandma, I can't leave. Please don't make me leave, please.
She didn't want to run away from the ogres.
She just knew that ogres were not real.
Chiwele was a stubborn young lady.
Please continue, Grandpa.
Well, the old lady tried and tried to convince Chiwele to move, but she insisted on remaining behind. So, they came up with an idea.
I am leaving now, Chiwele. Promise me that you won't open the door for anyone but me.
How can I know that it's you, Grandma?
Every time when I bring you food, I will stand at the door and sing this song. Chiwele, Chiwele ngwana ngwanaka, ke rile a re tsamaye, wa re ntwana se ya ga ditshipi mabati a nna marang bana Chiwele.
Oh, Grandma, thank you for letting me stay here. I will not open for anyone but you.
I will see you soon when I bring you some food. Be careful and don't show the ogres that you are here all by yourself.
I won't. Goodbye and see you soon.
What? That is crazy. How can she remain in a ogres?
Maybe she wanted to see for herself that ogres are real.
Hope nothing happened to her. Did the ogre come and eat her up, Grandpa?
Chiwele was a stubborn and passionate young lady. Patience now, Zah. All your questions will be answered.
If the ogres were there, it was really stubborn of her to remain. They should come to her house, break the door and choke her just to teach her a lesson.
What lesson is that?
Ogres are animals, mysterious and ugly creatures, so people should run away when they hear the word ogre, not refuse to leave a house.
Oh well, let us continue with the story to see what happened to Chiwele. Chiwele stayed by herself, day in and day out locked up in the house. As agreed, her grandmother came to visit her.
Chiwele, Chiwele ngwana ngwanaka, ke rile a re tsamaye, wa re sala ntwana ditshipi mabati a nna marang bana Chiwele.
It is good to see you.
It is good to see you too. But Chiwele, have you not changed your mind even by now? The traveling is getting dangerous for me also.
I thought we agreed and finalized that I will stay here after the house. The ogres will soon go away.
I hope you are right. I just don't want it to happen to you.
The grandmother's visits went on for some time. One day when she was by the door singing, an ogre heard her and saw everything.
Chiwele, Chiwele ngwana ngwanaka, ke rile a re tsamaye, wa re sala ntwana seaga ka ditshipi mabati a nna marangra bana Chiwele.
Huh? There's fresh meat here. You sing, she opens. Oh, ha, ha, ha. I just found some good meal for me.
Oh no!
What? Nothing has happened to her yet.
Hopefully nothing will happen to her. I'm scared for her.
She brought it on herself. If something happens to her, it will be all her fault.
Why?
Because she didn't want to listen to her elders. Please continue, Grandpa.
I see you are now enjoying the story.
I just want to know what will happen to this stubborn girl who doesn't listen when elders speak.
After hearing the old woman's song, the ogre came back the next day to Chiwele's house and stood by the door.
Chiwele, Chiwele ngwana ngwanaka, kirile rzamaya, waro salela ntwana. Chiwele.
Get out of here. Get out, ogre.
Huh? How did she know that? I tried to soften my voice. Oh.
The ogre went away ashamed but with a plan in mind. Chiwele was left terrified, not knowing what to do as it will be days before her grandmother comes by. So the ogre went to see a witch doctor.
I am here because I need you to help me with my voice.
Your voice, well, it scares everyone who comes near you.
I want my voice to be I sing.
Smooth?
Yes, smooth. Give me something to help with my voice.
Well, I'll give you the stone. It's really hot. When you swallow it, make sure it falls in smoothly. Your voice will be so smooth no one will know it's an ogre speaking.
The ogre took the stone and swallowed it, and he was on his way to Chiwele's house.
Chiwele, Chiwele ngwana ngwanaka, kirile maye, waro salela ntwana. Chiwele.
Go away. You're not my mother. I can hear your voice.
My voice is still husky. The stone did not help in any way.
When you swallowed the stone, did you make any noise?
It was really hot. Yes, there was a sound like
That is the problem. When you swallow, make sure there is no sound made. It should go down as smooth as possible. Now, take again the stone. Do as I say and your voice will be smooth.
Chiwele ngwana ngwanaka, kirile a re tsamaye, wa re o salla ntwana seaga ka ditshipi mabati a nna marangra bana Chiwele.
At the sound of the soft voice, Chiwele immediately ran to the door and was shocked to find the ogre there, who immediately threw Chiwele in the back he had.
Oh, I'm scared for her. Is he going to eat her up? He is going to eat her up. She was stubborn. She should have listened. Elders know better.
Yes, Za. Sometimes when people don't want to do as told, leave them to do what they want. The consequences will always follow.
The consequence for this one is being choked by an ogre. That is a huge lesson.
I will also listen when you say we shouldn't play far from home or that we shouldn't eat strange fruits in the wilderness. I will do as told.
That will really be good, Za. Not only for you, but for everyone. As we continue with our story, the ogre got Chiwele and carried her away. Her grandmother came to check on her but found the door wide open, with no one on site.
Oh no, Chiwele, the ogre took her. I should have never left her alone. I will follow these footsteps. They will lead me to where the ogre took her.
Each one of us relamoga fashion differently.
We believe that fashion is confidence.
Fashion, it rotates though. That's like clothes.
I would define it as an embodiment of somebody's personality.
Fashion Profiles is a show that features various individuals ranging from fashion designers, makeup artists, stylists, boutique owners, and models. This youth-oriented show will equip young Botswana with various skills in the ever-growing industry. Catch Fashion Profiles only on Now TV. Fashion Profiles. Style your life.
There they are. How am I going to rescue her? If I don't free her, this ogre is going to kill her. I must think first. Yes, this is my chance.
The old lady went to free Chiwele, then they got bees, snakes and all dangerous animals and put them in the bag. Then they ran and ran as fast as far as possible from the ogre. The ogre woke up and took the bag inside, only to be attacked by bees and insects. They stung him until he died.
At least Chiwele managed to escape.
All thanks to her grandmother.
I think after that incident, she didn't want to stay near ogres anymore.
She didn't want to listen to her grandmother at the beginning. She did as she pleased. Look at where that got her.
In real trouble, it could have been worse.
Oh, what is it now?
I'm ugly, mother. I'm so ugly. One day you'll leave me somewhere in the forest so that I may not find my way back here.
That is a horrible thing to think. I love you. I would never do such a thing. You are beautiful, Tepi.
I'm not. I'm the ugliest girl in the village.
Stop this talk now, child. Where do you get all these horrible thoughts from?
Njala says I'm ugly. She says one of these days you will leave me in the riverside just because you are ashamed of my looks.
Tepi, look at me now. I'm your mother. The love I have for you is more than any other. I will never abandon you, no matter what. You are a beautiful girl, Tepi. But more than that, you have a beautiful heart.
But mother, Njala says all these horrible things to me.
I know she does that, but they are not true.
Then I should go tell her how ugly she is.
No, Tepi, you are not going to do that. The words Njala say to you are horrible and hurting, and that is a bad thing for her to do. For you to go back to her and say horrible things also, it will mean that you are mean to her. We don't want you to be mean, right?
Okay, mother. I'll be good to people no matter what.
Miss Perfect. You are grooming even your daughter to be perfect like you.
I'm not perfect. I was just giving her advice.
You think you are better than the rest of us, eh? Let me tell you, you are nothing but just a farm girl. My husband just married you out of pity. You know what pity is, right?
I have separated.
Just wait. I haven't finished talking here.
What do you want, Mama Njala?
Will you give me what I want? Well, let me tell you what I want. No, what I need. I need you, witch, and that mini witch of to pack and leave this compound. I need you to just disappear. I am the first wife, the real wife, the one and only. There is nothing for you here. See, all this is all mine. The goats, the cattle, the houses, even these chickens you feed every day.
I could live, but our husband has not said I should do such a thing. I'm not a witch, and I do not appreciate my daughter being referred to such also.
Hey, are you talking to me about appreciation? Do you think I appreciate you being taken second wife? Or you calling my daughter mean and horrible? I never appreciated you stepping into this yard. I didn't, and I still don't appreciate you being here. If your daughter is ugly, there's nothing that will ever change that. After all, she gets her looks from you.
Tepi, you can't nurse me night and day. Go and play with Njala or any of your...
No, I can't leave you alone. What if you need something, like water, and I'm out playing? How will you manage? Let me help you up.
This is just a short illness. It should go away soon. I'll be on my feet, but you should get some air to play a bit.
I don't need to play, mother. I'm fine by your side. I'm happy here. Playing with Njala always ends with me crying.
Are you keeping your promise, though?
Yes, mother. I promise to be good all the time and I will not break my promise.
Do this also for me. Listen to the words of the elders. Do as they say, even when you don't understand. Just do and don't ask questions.
Okay, I will do that as well. Uncle Toti has some weird superstitions, but I will do as he says. Mama Njala is at times unfair and makes my chores more than those of Njala. That's okay though. Whatever she says and respect her. I will get supper ready now. Mother, take your medicine. Mother, please wake up and drink your medicine. Mother, what's wrong? Wake up, mother. Wake up, mother.
Tepi, where could that good for nothing girl gone to? Tepi!
She has gone to fetch some water. She should be back by now.
Well, she should hurry and start preparing something to eat.
There she is. I'm going to meet Malay. We are getting ready for the reed dance that will be welcoming the men from the initiation school.
Tepi, what took you long at the river? Can a small container on your head and another one on your hand be that heavy? Back in our days, we were forced to take double the quantity. You are just being lazy, I see.
I'm sorry I delayed. I will hurry back next time, Mama Njala.
Go get the broom and sweep the compound. Don't forget to pound the maize afterwards. Njala is going for the reed dance preparations. I'm going to present my gift to Mama Tando's newborn daughter.
I will get everything ready. Baba, are you alright? Can I get you anything?
Some water, please.
Let me help you drink. Baba.
Thank you, child.
Your sauce don't look good, Baba. I know what to do. Wait for me. I will wash your sauce and put this on them. This will help you heal. Not instantly, but you will heal.
That's ticklish in a good way. I think my wounds will heal instantly.
No, Baba. Not instantly. Give them about 2 nights.
You have a wonderful heart, my child. You deserve wonderful things.
Mother told me always be good to others, no matter what.
She taught you well indeed. By being able to take those teachings and keeping them, your reward shall come.
Thank you, Baba. I have to go now before my stepmom wakes up. Take some more of our secret medicine.
Wait, child. Because of your kindness and gentleness, allow me to give you this gift. Beyond the river lies a garden with 2 trees. One with golden fruits which you are not to touch, and the other with rotten fruits. Just take one of the rotten fruits, and when you get home, break it up, and there your reward shall be.
Welcome to an exciting season of Future Talk.
They're always having the fanciest food.
I'm your host, and I'm super excited to bring you a hot season of Future Talk.
Satisfaction doing what you did as an actor.
Stay tuned as we bring you conversation to the frontier.
A garden with 2 trees. One with golden fruits and the other with rotten fruits. This is a test, right? But it makes sense to leave golden fruits and pick a rotten fruit. Tepi, going to pick the rotten fruit just as the old man said. Remember, you promised your mother to always listen to your elders even when what they said sounds strange. So do as directed. Oh, my, what am I going to tell Mama Njala when she finds out about this? My room is filled with riches I had never thought I can possess. It is unbelievable. Lock the door so that no one can get in. Let me continue with the chores like nothing has happened.
Tepi, open up. Since when do you lock the door?
I am coming.
Tepi, what are you doing in there? Open up. What has gotten into you?
What do you mean?
Is there someone you're hiding in there?
Who would I hide in there?
Then you are hiding something. I know you.
What brings you to my room? What can I do for you?
The reed dance tomorrow evening. I want that red and yellow necklace.
That is my mother's necklace. I cannot give it to you. Of all the things you took from me, this is the one thing you can't take.
If you didn't hear me properly, I wasn't asking. I will wear that necklace tomorrow. Now move. Tepi.
I told you not to come in.
Sister, where did you get all these? Even the chief does not have this much riches.
Njala, please go to your room and keep this to yourself. I haven't decided what to do with all these.
I will not turn my back and pretend I saw nothing. These are